And welcome to Millington Reserve here in sunny Karrinyup, home of Scarborough Football Club. Round 10 clash today between Scarborough and Kingsway. My name is Ward Harris, once again joined in commentary by Mark Winnett. How are you, mate?
Very good, Ward. How are you, mate?
Mate, icy to be perfectly honest. I can feel that breeze behind us. It's it's definitely going across the ground today, and it's going to make conditions nice and tricky. We just wrapped up with a reserve game. Scarborough winning quite convincingly against Kingsway Footy Club. Look, funnily enough, we covered this game in round one, Mark. Scarborough started the season really well, and it's been fair to say they've been a bit hit and miss since then. Kingsway started quite poorly, but have started to come in a bit of form. So, look, we could end up with quite a good contest today.
Absolutely. Looking forward to today's game. 5th versus 8th, as you said, at the home of Scarborough Football Club, who have 4 wins, 4 losses and a draw so far this year, and Kingsway 3 and 6. But their form's been pretty good the last couple of weeks, Ward, and only going down last week by 2 goals to Trinity Aquinas, who we know are generally one of the strongest sides in the league. So, I think pretty even. One win separating both sides, and both sides obviously wanting to get on the board today and keep their season alive. Yeah,
and look, if we reflect back to round one, as we mentioned, Scarborough looked to be one of those teams early on that we thought could maybe compete and find themselves 5th on the ladder at the moment, but ended up beating Kingsway by about 3 goals that day. Nick Comer ended up kicking 3. He's in the side again today. Robbie Forrest kicked 2, not playing today. And look, for Kingsway Footy Club, young guy Anthony Jeffrey, who's not playing, kicked 2, and Liam O'Connor kicked 2 as well. But also in that game, Braden Furmark, he ended up going down before half-time. Back in today, kicked 2 last week, and you would have seen firsthand Braden Furmark play a bit of footy before. Very good talent for Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, he is, Braden. He spent a bit of time at East Perth, I think at West Perth as well, but at East Perth when I was there, and very clever around the goals. Probably didn't spend enough time there. I think he could have played some more league football, but he'd be a very, very important player at this level. Looking forward to seeing him play, and as you said, the captain Rowan Brooks is generally the heartbeat of Kingsway, so if Brooksy has a good day, he generally sets a standard for the rest of the team.
Yeah, look, lots of important players for both teams. I had a bit of a look back on the round 1 teams, and look, 5 changes from both teams actually, which as COVID was running rampant at the beginning of the season, it's probably, let's say, backed off around footy clubs and all that a bit now, but yeah, probably a bit of a surprise to only have 5 different players from both teams. So look, you'd suggest possibly a fairly similar outcome today. I know, look, when we had our Between the Posts show earlier in the week, I ended up picking Scarborough. Look, where do you think you're going to be landing today?
Oh, look, I think the conditions and the home deck probably leans me towards Scarborough by 2 or 3 goals potentially. They look to have the senior experience probably within their side that if they come to play today collectively, the likes of Ashman, Comer, Sheehan, Worthington, Toomey, very experienced players. Tom Willett down back, the general sort of down there. I think they're going to be pretty hard to beat Scarborough today. So they're my tip in a close game, but really hoping Kingsway can take it up to Scarborough, and looking forward to seeing how they're going this stage of the season. Yeah,
absolutely right. Good players for both sides. Look, Kingsway, have got some talent coming in. We mentioned Braden Furmark, who's, when he's up and going, he's a very good talent in this league. Also the captain in Ryan Brooks, who's super good. But other players that I think are of note, probably Chad Barnes, ex-Subiaco player, very good off halfback, as is James Eccles, also a Subiaco ex-player. The X-factor they've got up forward is a young guy, Liam O'Connor, who plays a bit of cricket as well. And look, he's a very important player, and their general down back in Ben Reid. So, look, definitely got some talent right the way across the park. And look, as you said, I think we're set up for a pretty even contest.
Yeah, we are, most definitely. I think you nailed it on the head there with those players. The only other one I'd throw in that mix is Luke Halligan. I think left footer's got some X-factor about him. We know he's got some real class. They'll need to see that today. Noted that Scarborough did win the toss, and they look to be kicking to the left of screen as we're not close to far from getting underway here. But for the viewers not here, the wind's just basically really strong across the ground. It looks like it's blowing to the outer side, so expect the ball to be out there a lot today. And both sides, I think, probably trying to bring it out to the broadcast side to score, Ward.
Yeah, look, I think you're right. And look, if you jump back on camera, you see us both donning beanies or something like that. It's because we started freezing to death out here. But look, not far away now from the opening bounce out here at Millington Park. Both myself and Mark both picking the Scarborough Football Club as, look, a couple of the players start coming to the bench for Scarborough now.
It's a bit of a change up here, Ward. Sorry to butt in. Wade Toomey forward for Scarborough. That's usual role for those who know Wade Toomey. Dominant halfback in the waffle for many years. Swan District, Subiaco, premiership player at both clubs, I think. playing forward. I've seen him play forward before. He's a really smart player, so looking forward to seeing how he goes there. And big Sean Bradley out on the wing as well. So some really good changes here from Scarborough and some interesting matchups.
Yeah, look, we love when the magnets get thrown around at the beginning of the game. It adds an extra element for the viewers and also for ourselves as well. But look, not far from the opening bounce now, and look, even interestingly as well, it looks like Blake Epsworth is going to start in the ruck for Scarborough Footy Club, and not the big fella in Bomber. So no. That'll be one interest change. It looks like the starting ruck possibly for Kingsway Footy Club looks to be Wade Moore.
A couple of undersized ruckmen today, Ward, going at it. Maybe my process is to have a fourth midfielder sort of running around, but really close to getting underway here. Looking forward to today's call.
Right, as the umpire brings the ball to the middle of the ground, looks around, raises it up, and here we are away. Round 10 clash, Scarborough and Kingsway. As the umpire throws it up, and knocked down by Moore straight away. Tackles jumped on, and the umpire will come right back in straight on the bullseye. Look, I think we're going to see a few of these today as Ryan Brook picks himself up. Umpire throws it up again. No clear tap there out, but well cleared there by the Kingsway Footy Club in Mitch Brooks. Brooks goes forward, almost thrown out there by Barnes, but Scarborough able to pick the ball up and just kicks it out to that far side. And a good mark going back with the ball by James Eccles. So Eccles just trying to take his time to start this contest. No real rush. His trusty left foot finds the player out on the far side wearing the helmet there. Nice bit of headgear, nice and early. Kingsway go to attack inside 50. Good kick out there, spoiled by the Kingsway player from behind actually, but knocked forward there and goes out of bounds with the first inside 50 to Kingsway Footy Club. Early stages of this first quarter.
Yeah, that's the player we were talking about with the helmet, Braden Furmark. Obviously see plenty of him with that helmet on this afternoon.
As the umpire goes to ball it in again. Once again, the two same big fellas there. This time the ruckman for Kingsway was able to knock that out. Kingsway with the ball there goes back to Follett. Follett ends up fumbling that one. Goes back there through Eccles. Scarborough just trying to knock the ball forward there. No clean possession, but knocked out there by Louis Miller, I think it was. Just hacked forward there by Scarborough Footy Club and chopped off by the ever reliable defender in Daniel Whitfield. Whitfield goes to move the ball nice and quickly and finds Ben Reid. Reid just looking to bring it down this far side there and marked by the player there in Mitch Brooks. Had a bit of the footy nice and early. Geez, a nice swinging ball there by Kingsway Footy Club. Goes to Halligan. He tries to find Moore. Moore, good pick up. Picks it up and finds Ricketts, who Ricketts just goes to hack it forward and just bounces out in front of a Braden Furmark.
Another good matchup here. Luke Halligan, half-back against Nick Comer today. He said Comer was the major goal kicker last time in round one. War. That's a really good matchup. Halligan will try and run off and give his rebound, and Comer obviously very dangerous around goals.
Yeah, look, both don't mind a bit of niggle as well, so it could be an interesting contest for the viewers today.
Yeah, Nick can talk with a mouthful of marbles, that's for sure.
As the umpire throws it in again and sharked by Joel Ashman. Can't quite get his kick where he would like it. Travels 3.5 metres and just rolls out of bounds. And it might have just gone out on the full there, I think it could have been. So Jake Follett going to kick it inside 54. Kingsway Footy Club goes long, goes over the top there. No one able to quite take that ball there. Bringing it out by the Scarborough Footy Club. Good tackle pressure there. Scarborough just looking to hack it across, but the player on that far side ends up going out of bounds, and we'll have a ball up. About 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. Millington Reserve, Scarborough and Kingsway Footy Clubs.
Expect lots of stoppages today around the ground. Lots of congestion around the ball ward until these sides figure out the conditions in themselves.
Once again, the umpire goes to throw the ball in. Again, shallow throw there. Almost knocked forward by Jared Cook, I think, playing in the ruck there. Picked up by Kingsway, but tackled straight away by the Scarborough player. I think it could have been Shan. And that'll be a ball up again. So umpire throws it up there. No one able to take that one, but just hacked forward by Chad Barnes. Good relieving mark going back with the fly of the ball was Scotty Tyres. So Scott Tyres just goes to play on. Looks to grab a little bit of distance. Nice chipping kick there and finds a play in Blake Epsworth, starting ruckman for the Scarborough Footy Club. Just goes to switch long. This interesting kick there. Well knocked forward by Keenan Hooper. Hooper, left foot, inside 50, and Furmark marks right on the paint of 50. Furmark just nice chipping ball over the top of Moore, but how does it sit for Kingsway Footy Club? It sits well. Mitchy Brooks Got the ball on the string nice and early and great delivery inside 50. Could have been a free kick chopping, but no, says the umpire. And the umpire will now come in and ball it up again. But good ball movement by Kingsway nice and early, Mark.
Yeah, they're trying to get that fast play, overlap play going, and really good to see so far.
So umpire throws it up again, no one able to get it out. Chad Barnes starting in the middle today, which is a bit different for them. But good hands there by Scarborough Footy Club. Just a nice clearing kick. And the ruckman in Wade Moore just underneath that one. And Markson goes to kick inside 50 again. Can't quite hit Furmark, but spoiled over the line by Harrison McBriar for Scarborough. And another repeat entry for Kingsway Footy Club. They're looking to probably put the first score on the board at the moment.
Yep, had a lot of play with some repeat entries inside 50. Lots of numbers around the ball, though, as we said, so they've got to find their way through that traffic if they're going to be able to score, Ward.
Umpire throws it in again, knocked down by the ruckman for Kingsway Footy Club in Cook. And another stoppage.
Another really good matchup, Scott Worthington and Ben Reid. Really important for Kingsway that Reid wins that one, and we know how good Worthington is around goals as well. Former Waffle star with Subiaco.
Scarborough goes to hack the ball out there. Eccles underneath it, used his body very well. Wasn't quite able to get it, but good handball back there by Scarborough. They try to go inside 50 there. How does it sit for that play in Ben Reid? It sits very, very well. So Reid onto his left foot. Not a bad kick. How will it sit for the captain there in Rowan Brooks? Sits very, very well, and he chips inside. Goes to find Eccles, but doesn't, and gets Ricketts instead. So Lockie Ricketts with the ball right in the middle of the ground. Just looking to take a bit of time, find a good option. That wasn't a good option, though, and a turnover right in the middle of the ground to Scarborough Footy Club there. So tricky conditions as Scarborough goes to handball it off and just starting to try and work their way through nice and slowly as well.
50 metres, I think, Kingsway player encroaching a protected area there. So Scarborough going to get an inside 50 here, Ward, one of their first for today, and let's see what they can do with it. Got big bomber down there, Worthington to kick at, and Wade Toomey, some real key targets. So let's see what the Scarborough forwards can look like here and what their structure presents with one of their first inside 50s for today.
And it looks like the man with the ball at the moment, we can't quite see his jumper number. Looks like he's going to have an attempt at goal. I'm banking this one is going to land about 10 metres short and out to the right-hand side, Mark.
Absolutely. Yep. Scott Worthington's in the right spot for this.
So in comes the ball. It's going to land about 5 metres out, but straight in front there. Scarborough not able to quite get the ball there. Well done by the Kingsway player there in Shreder Wood. And good tackle pressure there by Scarborough Footy Club. Able to lock the ball inside 50 as they go for their first score of the day. So 7 minutes gone in this quarter. No one yet scored. Scarborough with the ball. Snaps around the body. How does that one sit? And they are up and about nice and early. First inside 50, first goal. And I think that is that play in Nick Comer. Might have kicks that first goal for Scarborough Footy Club. Dangerous player around goal, Mark.
Oh, absolutely is. Nick Comer, Scarborough product originally. He spent some time at East Perth and Essendon. He's a great story. Nick got drafted to Essendon, spent a few years playing AFL, then came back to East Fremantle and now back at his home club, Scarborough. So great story and great goal. Nick Comer doesn't need much time and space and makes things happen. And Scarborough's first of the day. Really good entry inside 50, and they've got a dangerous forward line, Ward. If they get too many looks in there, you think they're going to kick a score.
Yeah, looking probably against the flow of play as well, I would have thought. Kingsway probably had, 5 or 6 inside 50s, I would have thought, but Scarborough, their first opportunity, and Nick Comer right at the bottom. And as Mark said, if they get a few opportunities today, they're going to be very dangerous as the umpire throws the ball up again. Wade Moore able to knock it down for Kingsway, but Ashman, good handball out, turnover and picked up by Moore, but picked up again there. Robliard able to get that one out as Scarborough go inside 50 again. Good spoil by the player in Kyle Wilkin. Picked up there by Comer, the goal scorer so far for Scarborough. Goes onto his right. Shimmies 1, shimmies 2, onto his left. The umpire said he has run too far. So unlucky there. That would have been an absolute contender for snag of the day.
Yeah, he finished the job too, Nick Comer. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. So, fortunate one for Kingsway there, but he's looking very dangerous early, Nick Comer.
So tough matchup for Kingsway Footy Club, and it's one that they're going to need to look for now. And his opponent there in Ben Reid has the ball, flicks it across to James Eccles. Eccles on his left boot. Just kicks it up the line there, spoiled over the top by Scarborough. Furmark, just clever knock forward, finds Wade Moore. Moore been pretty good so far, goes to kick it just inside 50. Huge spoil over the top there by the Scarborough player, but knocks in the lap of the Kingsway play there. Ball on there against Matty Jackson, and I think it was. That'll go back to Scarborough Footy Club and Spinner Mainstone.
Yeah, just a little nudge under the football. The umpire was in the perfect spot, Ward, and paid the kick like he should have. And, ball go back to Spinner Mainstone, and let's see what Scarborough can do now from deep in their defensive area of the field and what sort of ball movement they can manufacture.
So just the one goal on the board at the moment. That through Scarborough Footy Club and Nick Comer. Got about 9.5 minutes so far as Spinner Mainstone goes to play on. Kicks in the direction of the player in Shawnee Bradley. Marked there just on that far side by the other Scarborough player there. Goes to kick it long. A nice pack forms there. And great mark going back with the flight of the ball in that player in Schreeder Wood. He goes to kick it across and finds Eccles. They like seeing the ball in his hands. He just normally uses it so well. So Jimmy Eccles just goes to kick it across there. Nice pass and finds his teammate there in Ben Reid. Reid once again taking a bit of time there, finds Whitfield. Dan Whitfield goes to kick it up, just trying to get up the ground. Cauliflower is almost there. And that's a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, Tom Willett, always very strong tackle at the ball. A little bit overzealous that time, but you expect to see that from Tom Willett most of the day again today.
So Kingsway Footy Club with the ball now. Looking to once again go inside 50. This is Kyle Wilden, I think. Kicks inside 50. And what a great mark there. 2-on-1 it was by that player, and Jared Cook able to take a mark for Kingsway Footy Club. And look, he'll go back and have a set shot on goal just directly in front. He's not super confident, actually. Jared Cook just goes to chip it up. Will it float over the top? Lots of players at the bottom of that one there. Scarborough just trying to pick the ball up, but good pressure. O'Connor there, one of those players, flicks out there. Furmark, very clever. But Scarborough just going to knock the ball forward, and it just tickles out of bounds about 30 metres around from the Kingsway goal.
Yeah, really need to get a score from this work, Kingsway. They've been pretty good so far, but haven't had the scoreboard pressure so far, Ward. But really need to hit the scoreboard here to get some outcome for all their good play.
So another shallow throw in there, just knocked down by Scarborough, and they go to clear the ball out again. This time it's going to come out through Scotty Tyres. Just a long kick out on the far side. Two players chasing it. How does it sit? It sits well for Tommy Irwin. Irwin just onto his right foot, bouncing Worthington, one of those players that's chasing there, but Eccles is going to be the player that picks it up. Just does very well to go inside there. Handballs over the top, finds Schreeder Wood. Over kicks it a little bit, and it's going to land in the hands of Robliard. So he just goes and kicks it there. Not the greatest kick, but it'll be okay for Scarborough. Onto the left foot there, and once again going inside 50. But Ben Reid just going back with the flight of the ball and just intercepts it absolutely beautifully.
Yep, started really well, Reid. Reading the ball well as it's coming in.
And Reid goes to chip it across. Kingsway do this very well. Follett goes across the ground and finds Keenan Hooper. So Hooper just trying to make the ground nice and big and open it up nicely. Another left footer for Kingsway Footy Club. Goes up the ground there. Good spoil over the top by Kingsway Footy Club. Almost picked up there by Matty Jackson. Could be a free kick. And it is indeed. It's going to go to Matthew Jackson.
Yeah, had his hand down over the footy. Dangered kicking. So into the midfield today, like you said before, Ward. Good change up from the Kingsway coach, Craig Dalton.
Yeah, plenty of changes for both sides this week. They are not afraid to try some things. And look, in fairness for both sides, it's probably crunch time at this time of the season there as Jackson goes to chip it up there. Finds the captain in Rowan Brooks, and well played by Rowan Brooks. He was just able to suck Joel Ashman in there.
Yeah, the old feint as you see, and Ashman just moved one step to the side, or half a step, and the umpire said, that's 50 metres, Joel, you can't move under today's rules, and very experienced captain of Kingsway, Rowan Brooks, will go back, have a set shot from about 40 metres out. He'll need to go to the right goalpost, Ward. Really strong right to left. Will take a really good kick by Brooks, but we know that he is a magnificent set shot from his earlier days. I can't see why that's changed.
No, nor can I, mate, and I'm backing him in. I think this could be the first goal on the board for Kingsway. Tricky kick, especially in these conditions, as Rowan Brooks goes to kick through, starts it right. It is coming back, but not far enough, and just out to the right-hand side. But first, score on the board for Kingsway Footy Club. It's taken them 13.5 minutes. Scarborough leading this contest 1 goal straight. Kingsway the one behind as they go to bring the ball out there. Worthington almost able to pick it up. Long kick in it was as Kingsway go back with the ball. Well done out there but just taken over that far side, and that'll be a throw-in for the umpire on that far wing.
Yeah, I expect most of the kick-ins today to go to that outer side of the oval, I think, and we'd love to see a bit more play over our side ward, but I think it's going to be stuck over there a fair bit today given the conditions.
Oh, look, it'd be handy just so we could see some of the players, but look, that's players got to play the conditions as the umpire throws in again. Bomber just able to knock that one down for Scarborough. Kingsway just going to try and chase that ball out. Good spoil there. Ashman it was, who's able to smother it. Flicks the ball back there and kicks it up the ground. And it goes just out of bounds on the full. Be a free kick to Kingsway, probably 65 from their own goal.
Yeah, Eccles will bring the ball back into play. Very experienced defender, as we said before, from the Kingsway Football Club. The bloke they love with the ball in his hand. Bit of an architect down back, isn't he?
He uses it very, very well. And once again, he'll go long up that side of the ground. Just an up and under kick, and there'll be plenty of players underneath it. Brooks was one of those there for Kingsway. No one able to get a nice clean possession. This time it has been a Scarborough Footy Club, and they'll just go to look and hack it up the middle of the ground there. Could have been pushed out in the back there by Worthington, but no, it wasn't. The umpire says let's play on. Good kick inside 50. He'll go in the direction of Toomey. Toomey able to hold his body there. He's got Schreeder Wood. Schreeder Wood, exceptionally well done. And just goes out of bounds, and that'll be a throw in there. But good defensive effort by the Kingsway player.
Yeah, it was really good. Worthington's kick was to the advantage of Toomey. He just couldn't gather, but yeah, great effort down there by Schreiber Wood it was. And we'll have a boundary throw in deep in Scarborough's full forward line here. Really important for Kingsway to hold up. Obviously Scarborough looking for Nick Comer around the stoppages.
So once again, the umpire throws it in there. Knocked down by the Scarborough player there. And once again, knocked forward. And another goal from a stoppage for a Scarborough Footy Club. That's their second for the game, and I don't think it's Nick Comer this time.
No, he was the first one to have it, Ward. They hit it straight to Nick. First touch, good handball out, and goal from Scarborough. And he is very, very dangerous around stoppages, Nick Comer, and he's going to be the go-to man more often than not in that forward 50. So the quicker Kingsway catch on to that, the better. Because, again, he's been very dangerous. He's kicked a goal already, Nick, and he's had a hand in setting up the next one.
Absolutely right. So 2 goals on the board for Scarborough Footy Club there. I think that player could have been Tom Irwin.
Yeah, I think it was little Tommy Irwin. Was the beneficiary of some good ruck work and some clean hands from Nick Comer. And Kingsway need to respond here.
And look, that's definitely going to be something that Craig Dalton will need to address at quarter time, is that work around forward stoppages there. 2 goals on the board for Scarborough. But Follett goes to kick it inside 50. How does it sit for Furmark? Just overruns it a little bit and sits there for the player there in Luke Childs. But once again, kicked inside 50 by Kingsway Footy Club. No one's able to get it there, but good pressure there by Kingsway. And sensational tackle, and be another ball up inside 50 for Kingsway Footy Club. About 30 metres around from their goal, just on a slight angle. So once again, umpire with the ball there. Cook in the ruck for Kingsway, able to knock that one out. But once again, it'll be another stoppage there as the umpire says, give it back to me. Just under 8 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Scarborough leading it 2 goals straight. Kingsway just at 1 point as Matty Jackson goes to hack the ball out of there. Once again, smothered by Scarborough. And another stoppage.
Umpire will be doing plenty of whistle blowing this afternoon out there with this congestion around.
And this way, time Scarborough able to bring that one out, but not the greatest kick coming out, and finds Luke Halligan. So the left footer will go and look to pump it inside 50. Will he go to kick it long or look for options? Goes to run inside there. Well done by Halligan. He could have a shot from there, but just chips it up nicely. And a smart kick inside 50 by Lukey Halligan. And finds a player from Kingsway Footy Club will sit there and have a shot. And once again, it is Cook. He faked us out last time, mate. Let's see what he does this time.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks to be a little bit closer, the big fella. But his side certainly need him to bring up this one. So he's coming in from about 40 metres out. Let's see what big Jared Cook can do.
So Cook strides in. Right foot. He's just chipped it out to the far side, has he? No, straight over the goal umpire's head, or let's say just over the goal umpire's head, but he snuck it through for a first goal for Kingsway Footy Club. It's one they definitely needed there. First on the board, 18 and a half minutes gone in this quarter. But look, Scarborough still leading this game 2 goals straight. Kingsway Footy Club, 1 goal, 1-7.
Yeah, we're quite away from that kick, but it looked like it only just cleared the goal line. It looked to be a lot of players around the goal line, one of those sort of ungainly ones. But good start from Cook. He's had a couple of contested marks down there for Kingsway, giving him a target. And if he can do that for the rest of the afternoon, Ward, it gives him some confidence to go through him.
Yeah, looks to be a pretty handy player, and I think he could straighten Kingsway up quite nicely at the moment. We were trying to work out who they were going to have running through their ruck brigade today, and look, Moore's been pretty good so far. And once again, he starts in the ruck this time and taps it down beautifully to the captain there in Rowan Brooks. Cook sits there and tries to run out to it. No, it wasn't. It was actually Scotty Muse. But Scarborough just tried to go and clear it out now, but going black with the flight of the ball and drops it, unfortunately, was Callan German. Flicks across there to Eccles. Well done. Finds Schreiber Wood. Just slows it down and finds the captain in Brooks. Brooks just goes to flick it out to the far side there. And good mark going back with the flight of the ball. There was the Kingsway Footy Club player. Once again to Eccles. He's had it on a string nice and early now. Kingsway just looking to build up there. And finds Furmark all by himself. So Braden Furmark, dangerous position for him. Just strides inside 50. An exceptional by Braden Furmark, and I'm not sure what the Scarborough defender was doing there, Mark.
No, I think he took the stand on the mark a bit literally too far. He didn't move at all, Wood, and he let Furmark just run straight past him. Looked like he ran about 10 metres and said, I'll kick it from wherever I want, thanks. And the Scarborough defender was still standing on the mark. It was bizarre.
Yeah,
sort of trying to figure out exactly what happened there. And if you give Braden Furmark any sort of room in the forward 50, you're going to pay the price, let alone that much room. And he must have thought his Christmases had all come at once then. But really good from Kingsway. Last couple of goals, obviously squaring up the ledger, and we've got a really good contest on our hands so far.
Yeah, look, well done by Kingsway, and look, I'll have to go and have a look at that replay a little bit later on, but marked it probably 65 out, strolled into 40 with no pressure, and first on the board for Braden Furmark. And look, Kingsway actually leading this contest now by a point as we've gone about 20 and a half in this first quarter. But once again, strolling out of the stoppage is Robliard. Kicks it long, deep inside 50. Toomey can't quite mark it there. Well done by the Kingsway player going back with the flight and just chips it up beautifully and finds Reid, who takes a good mark under pressure.
Yeah, really good mark, Ben Reid. Given the conditions and the pressure he was under, that was a really important mark, and then unfortunately undid it with that kick. Well, I gave him a polish, and unfortunately the big fellow, he has let himself down with that. Geez, he's been good so far, but just coughed it up to little Tommy Irwin, and Tom will go back for what we think could be his second. Again, he's going to have to go for the left goal post, you'd think, here, but a little bit sheltered maybe down in the left full forward pocket, but let's see what Irwin can do.
So Tommy Irwin will end up kicking from probably about 45 metres out. Nice right foot kick. Starts it pretty straight. And he's absolutely kicked that one beautifully. And I don't think me and Mark were sure where that one was going to go. But look, never in doubt for anyone there. And second goal on the board for Tommy Irwin. Third for Scarborough. And look, they regained the lead there. About 22 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Yeah, great first quarter. And just looks maybe that little left full forward pocket's a bit sheltered down here in the basin. Because that ball didn't deviate at all off Irwin's foot, and really good finish by him, and so that's his second, and yeah, entertaining quarter of football down here in Perth Football League, A-grade game of the day, as we would expect. Both sides hungry to win today's contest, and first quarter looks like it's going to be a cracking contest today.
So as the umpire goes to bring the ball back to the middle of the ground, hope you're enjoying the broadcast here from Millington Reserve. As Mark said, we've got ourselves an absolute belter, nice and early. Hopefully it stays that way, and the rain stays away as well as the umpire throws it up there. Knocked out by Kingsway Footy Club. Well done by the player in Jakey Follick. Just handballs backing board there. Finds Moore. Moore goes to flick it out there, but well done coming off the back of the square was Brodie Morgan. Good pressure able to be pulled out there by the Scarborough footy team as they go into fifth. And Worthington. That is an absolutely sensational contested mark there. Ben Reid just trying to work out how he marked it.
Yeah, it was just... read the flight better coming in. Scott, he was caught behind. He would have thought Reid was in the front seat or the pole position, and Worthington just clunked it, and it's what he's capable of doing. Scott, really, really good player. Boulder Football Club originally, up to Subiaco, and now to Scarborough Footy Club, and I dare say this is well within reach.
So Wortho normally a good long kick of the footy. If Tommy Irwin can do it, I'd say Wortho can as well. He's kicked it long and straight. And that's the first on the board for Scotty Worthington, the dangerous forward for Scarborough Footy Club. They're fourth on the board. In these conditions, they've kicked 4 goals straight, 24. Kingsway Footy Club, 2 goals, 1-13. About a minute and a half left now in this first quarter. And once again, the game just keeps getting better and better. Yeah,
it is. And, so Ben Reid's had a really good start. And unfortunately, he's been involved in the last 2 goals, one from a turnover and one from just getting out-marked contested. But it doesn't sum up his quarter. He's been excellent so far. And, 6 goals in the first quarter with just over a minute to go. really important for Kingsway they don't give another one up here, Ward.
Right you are, Mark, as the umpire brings it back now. About a minute left in this contest, in this first quarter. It'll be once again Wade Moore in the ruck now. And no one able to bring that one out, but it jumps out the front of the stoppage there, and he's legged probably is Wade Moore. And that'll be a free kick. So last opportunity now for Kingsway Footy Club to go inside 50 for the quarter. Moore runs around, long right-footed kick inside 50 there. And great mark out on the lead by the Kingsway player. Geez, what a contest we've had so far. And just read it better did Matty Jackson. And he'll have a shot on goal. Probably only from about 15, 20 metres out, just on a slight angle.
Yeah, free kick from Ashman. Bit undisciplined. Gave Kingsway the last entry inside 50 with 20 seconds on the clock. And Matty Jackson a chance to go back and kick Kingsway's third for the day.
So Matty Jackson almost near quarter time. Swings it out just to the left-hand side and sneaks through. And that's going to be pretty close to quarter time, I reckon. But third goal on the board now for Kingsway Footy Club. And an absolute beauty as we get to quarter time. And look, there it is. Quarter time here at Millington Reserve. We've got ourselves an absolute belter of a contest between Kingsway and Scarborough. Scarborough leading this game 4 goals straight. Kingsway Footy Club with that goal right on quarter time. 3 goals won. Goal scorers for both sides. Tommy Irwin's kicked 2, and Worthington kicked singles. Goal scorers for Kingsway Footy Club, Matty Jackson with that one there, Jared Cook and Braden Furmark. But just been a good contest so far, Mark.
Yeah, great first quarter of A-grade footy, and said what we'd expect from the game of the day, and sets it up for a mouth-watering contest for the next 3 quarters. So both sides have shown their intent and their ability to score given the conditions. As you'd expect at A-grade level, the skill level's really high, so the players seem to have adjusted to the kind of conditions pretty well, Ward, and that all bodes well for the rest of the afternoon.
It does indeed. Look, hopefully enjoying this broadcast from Millington Reserve. We'll go to a quick break and we'll see you soon for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. back here at Millington Reserve. It's been a good contest so far. Scarborough leading it though, 4 goals straight, 24. Kingsway Footy Club, 3 goals, 119. And look, it's probably been the contest that we were hoping it was going to be here today as both teams start to go back. And look, I guess, Mark, just throwing to you there. If you were the Kingsway coach at the moment, look, what do you reckon would have been the message there at quarter time?
I'm sure Craig Dolt would be really, really happy with the way these sides started today. Their ball movements look really sharp. They've got some forwards up forward and the big fella Cook is giving him a target, and Furmark's been really lively. So I think he'd be really happy with his start away from home, and he'd be saying to the boys, they're in today's game, and this is a big quarter for us now again. But I think every time Kingsway have looked to move the ball from half back, they seem to have been able to generate a score. They look quite sharp, so keep taking the game on, I think would be the key message.
Look, absolutely right. And look, I think Vinesy would be probably reasonably happy as well from a Scarborough point of view. Look, in the end, he finds his team up by 5 points at quarter time in pretty tricky conditions now. 4 goals straight. Look, let's see if we can kick this goal scoring as nice as it is. 7 goals and only 1 behind for the contest so far. As the umpire goes to bring it back to the middle of the ground. Hopefully you're enjoying this broadcast out here at Millington Reserve. Scarborough leading by 5 points as the umpire goes to bring it back to the middle. And once again, it will be Moore in the ruck against the big fella in Blake Ebsworth. So the umpire making sure everyone is set, holds the ball aloft. And we're ready to rock and roll for quarter number 2. Umpire throws the ball up there. Knocked down there by Ebsworth. Goes to follow up his own ball, but knocked out by the Kingsway player. Ebsworth just goes to hack it forward there. Sits inside 50. Well picked up by the Scarborough play there in Morgan, but tackled straight away by Eccles. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. So once again, Ebsworth there, but knocked down by Moore. And another stoppage. Nice and early. Good pressure from both sides to start this second quarter. Umpire throws it up again. Knocked down by Moore. Ooh. Oh, high tackle there on the Scarborough player, and he's going to go back and have a shot on goal. I think that could be Tom Irwin again.
Yeah, it is little Irwin getting his head taken off there, but always going for the footy is Tom, and I'm sure he's had plenty of those over the years, Ward.
I think he would have as well, mate. And Tommy Irwin, look, he was able to kick one from a stoppage nice and early in the contest, one from about 45 metres out. This will test him. So Irwin just goes and kicks it up and under. Not a bad kick. Does it get the distance? It does indeed. And Tommy Irwin having an absolute blinder today so far. An early contender for the Dartfish player of the day. He's kicked 3, and that's a 5th on the board for Scarborough Footy Club. And will come out swinging nice and early in this second quarter.
Yeah, well, the goal's coming from an unlikely source, really. Tommy Irwin, what a magnificent kick from the young fella. Don't have to be a big fella to kick goals from 50, Ward. Just going to be able to time that football beautifully, and he's putting himself in the right spot at the moment, and he's getting the rewards and the shots on goal, and certainly making the most of those.
Look, absolutely hit that one flush, and look, Scarborough up and about nice and early, and look, even the crowd behind us were sound quite surprised that he's ended up nailing that one. 3 on the board for Tommy Irwin, as we mentioned, as they take a lead in this second quarter. And once again, the ruckman Ebsworth knocks it out there, but picked up there by Ricketts. Free kick, though, picked out, and that's going to come back and go to Liam Robliard. So just with the ball right in the middle of the ground, goes to play on nicely onto his right boot. Just chips it inside 50 there, and Irwin almost with another mark there, but around the body this time, and just out of bounds to the far side there was Brad Westcombe.
It's amazing how the game works, isn't it? When you're hot, you can't seem to get away from the ball, and Tommy Irwin's everywhere at the moment. Every time he goes in 50, almost landed in his lap. So make the most of those young fella. It's going to be your day today by the look of things.
You would have had a few of those in your time, eh?
No, not as many as I would have hoped for, but absolutely. The longer we were retired, the better days we had, Ward.
Indeed, mate, as the umpire throws the ball back in there and picked up there by the Scarborough player. Goes to bring around his body, but gang tackled straight away. And the umpire will come and grab it about 30 metres around from Scarborough's goal. They've started this quarter really well. A few on inside 50s to start with as the umpire throws it up again. Knocked down this time by Wade Moore. Scarborough go to pick the ball up there and once again tackled. Circling round there. Almost went to pay a free kick as the ball bobbles out. And just goes out of bounds on that far side. About 150 metres away from the action here at the moment. But Jolie Ashman just running that one out of bounds. So the umpire will throw it up again. Looks like Bomber in the ruck this time. Knocks that one down absolutely beautifully, but picked up by Follett, tackled straight away by the player in Louis Miller.
Yeah, the rucks need to adjust on that outer side. The umpires aren't going to be able to throw the ball in that far given the conditions. So Big Bomber and Wade Moore probably need to get a bit closer to those stoppages.
And once again, Wade Moore runs through that contest there. Good clearing ball out there. Good body work there by Matty Jackson as Kingsway able to bring that one out of their 50-metre line. And sitting about 70 metres around from their goal now as the umpire once again in the stoppage. Moore and Bomber it was again. No one able to quite get it out there, but just hacked inside 50 there. Could have been a free kick. Wasn't, but Scarborough just not quite able to keep it in there, and Kingsway able to clear it out from the far side there. Good work going back with the ball there. Furmark puts the pressure on. Good pressure by the Kingsway players. Could have ended up holding it in there as Scarborough go to tackle. The umpire says no, it wasn't, and once again, ball didn't end up going too far there as it's another stoppage in the middle of the ground. Knocked forward this time by Moore. Well done there by the player in, I think that could have been Jackson, but Scarborough just coming out of that one there. Good forward handball. No one able to pick it up. Is this time by Scarborough. Goes inside 50. Knocked over the top there by the player in Louis Miller. Wasn't able to mark it. And another stoppage coming up inside 50 this time for Scarborough. About 35 metres straight in front from their goal.
They made a good start. The mids for Scarborough this quarter. Rebellion, Irwin, Ashman getting busy. Comma up on the wing this quarter. So they've had a good start. Kingsway midfield need to settle.
And once again, snapped around the body. Good tackle there by the Kingsway player. Scarborough almost with a shot on goal there. But once again, another stoppage. And probably about the 10th for this quarter so far. And we've only gone about 5 minutes. Scarborough leading this contest, though. Well done by Bomber. Good knockdown there. Goes to flick it forward there. But picked off by Lukey Halligan. Long clearing kick. Could have been a free kick to Furmark. And the umpires picked that one out for holding. So Braden Furmark with a free kick just in the middle of the ground. Goes to kick it inside 50 in the direction of Jackson. Good spoil there by Harrison Court. Sits nicely there. Could have been a free kick there by Cook, wasn't? As Scarborough go to bring that ball out. Epsworth can't quite bend down and pick it up. But Furmark just hacks it forward there. Good handball to Jackson. Jackson just finds himself with time and goes through that contest well. But brought out there by Scarborough. Good pressure again, once again by Kingsway Footy Club. Ball circling around there and just hacked out of there, this time by Luke Childs. No one able to pick it up there. Player going for the ball was Louis Miller. But once again, Furmark picks it up. He's had the ball a heap in this second quarter so far. Not his best kick, though, as the ball goes inside 50 and just sloppy conditions and sloppy play from both sides as the pressure's been really good. Umpire doesn't pay that one. Once again, goes inside 50. It's going to be 3-on-1. And going back with the flighter there was the big fella in Bomber, I think, for Scarborough Footy Club. Just chops that ball off now. So good chip across the ground there. Finds Tom Willett. Willett just chips it up nicely there. Smart kick and goes over the top and finds Comma. As you mentioned, Comma just starting on the wing. Takes a bounce. Good right foot kick to the leading player there in Worthington. Not quite up to take the mark there, but Halligan picks it off and just goes to chip it across the middle of the ground there. And marked by the Kingsway player in the middle of the ground. Goes to play on but decides not to. And he'll just take his time now. Chips it across and finds Eccles. That play before was Mitchy Brooks. Started very well, been a bit quieter to start this second quarter. Eccles, though, just goes through the middle of the ground. Doesn't quite sit well, but good pick up there by the Kingsway play. Great tackle by Scarborough, and that is holding the ball. That free kick will go to Scotty Tyres for Scarborough Footy Club. So Tyres goes to kick it inside 50. He's got a 2-on-1. Worthington goes up there. And the umpire said unrealistic. I reckon he was a chance there, Mark, but probably didn't quite jump at the right time.
Yeah, I think he just missed the timing, like you said, Ward. Either that or he's getting a bit old, Scotty, but his intent was right. And as we know, if he gets his jukes on him, quite often they stick. So he'll keep flying for those, Scott Worthington.
Still takes some pretty good marks in the Perth Footy League, does Worthington, as Kingsway just go to bring the ball out again. And once again, in the ever-reliable hands of James Eccles. So Eccles just taking his time, throws a bit of air under it and just goes to kick it up the line there. No one able to quite take the ball, but Scarborough trying to go through that contest. Kingsway able to just pick it up there. Once again, players around the ball everywhere. Umpire circling, and that is holding the ball. The umpire says he didn't try hard enough to bring it out there. It'll be free kick to Scarborough Footy Club. It'll be to that player on the far side there in Harrison McBride. McBride goes to kick inside 50. Good mark going back with the flight of the ball there was Jamesy Eccles. Just held his position beautifully and finds it again. Goes to play on his left foot. Takes a bit of time. Handball's inboard. Good ball movement here by Kingsway Footy Club going through the middle of the ground. Eccles finds himself with the ball again. How will it land? Oliphant is there. Just knocks it forward there. Will it sit for Furmark? It does. Good soccer inside 50 just to his advantage. Could have been held. And he has indeed. And that's a free kick. Actually against Braden Furmark.
Yeah, he had a player out in the goal square. Furmark, he knew it, just infringed to try and get that footy because he knew he had Matty Jackson all on his own in the goal square. It was great ball movement by Kingsway. We need to see a bit more of that stuff.
As they go out to the far side there, and once again Eccles in that contest as Lukey Childs goes to go out to the far side. Probably the best passage play I think we've seen from Kingsway so far today. Looking very dangerous when they get time and space. Yeah,
just handballing the ball through the traffic, and it was good to see. Furmark spitting forward and Jackson was bolting from the centre. It was obviously a bit of a set play they like to try and do, but yeah, we'd love to see more of that.
As the Wade Moore just takes that one out of the contest there, almost ended up coming straight to him there as the ball goes over the top there. 2 Scarborough players, 2 Kingsway players. Good pressure by Liam O'Connor. Barrels around, finds Furmark. Great tackle there by Scarborough Footy Club, and that is holding the ball. So another free kick against Braden Furmark there as Scarborough goes to play on. Risky kick, almost knocked there by the play in Liam Fraser. But Scarborough able to come up there and finds Ashman. So Ashman just chips it out there. Sits absolutely beautifully for the Scarborough player there. Goes inboard. Sitting there just trying to work their way through is Scarborough. But once again finds Eccles. And Eccles, he's probably possession number 15, I would say, or so for the game. Finds Liam Fraser with a cheeky kick. So Fraser just goes to kick it across. Risky kick there. Good spoil there by the Scarborough player in Shawnee Bradley. But lands in the hands of Chatty Barnes. And Barnes goes to kick inside 50 and knocked off by the ever-reliable Tommy Willard, who just flicks it off there. Finds Scotty Tyres, who just brings it out. Lands in the hands of Sean Bradley. Bradley goes over the top and hits the captain in Ryan Sheen. Sheen's been quiet so far, but goes to kick it up the ground. Lands beautifully for Scarborough. Worthington goes to kick inside 50. Oh, and just hits that right behind post, and once again, could have been another contender for snag of the day, Mark.
Absolutely. Great effort, Scott Worthington, over that far side. And both sides being really brave with their ball movement. We saw Fraser before try and come inside from on this broadcast wing. And given the conditions, you'd think they'd be playing a bit more safety first, Ward. But no, both sides happy to be brave, take their chances. And if it pays off, good luck to them. But high risk, high reward stuff.
So both teams coming out swinging to start this contest. 5 goals won, Scarborough, Kingsway 3 goals won. And we've got about almost 12 minutes in this second quarter. The umpire says, give it back to me. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast down at Millington Reserve. Fairly reasonable conditions, it might look like through the screen, but it's quite cold and quite windy across the screen as Kingsway go to clear it out there. And once again, it will land in the hands of a Scarborough player, and this time it is Spinner Mainstone. Spinner just goes to play on, kicks it inside 50. Good spoil by Kingsway Footy Club, but picked up there by the play in Wade Toomey. Toomey just flicked it forward, but the Kingsway player just happy to try and see it cross the line. And good tackle pressure over the line. Has it gone over? Yes, it has. Umpire will come round and pick that one about 30 metres around from the Scarborough goal. As we mentioned, lead this game 31-19. And we've got about 12 minutes now in the second quarter.
Yep, been a good ruck contest so far. I don't think any real winner there. Both ruckmen competing hard. See if one of them can get on top.
And brought out of that stoppage there by the number 16 for Scarborough Footy Club, and kicks it around his body. And I think he's found Zach Morgan, who finds himself right place at right time. And he's going to go back from a set shot. Probably only about 20 metres or so, I think, and just on a slight angle, Mark.
Yeah, should be able to put this through. Zach Morgan, good mark. As you see him come in here. 20 metres out. Lovely kick straight over the goal umpire's hat. Scarborough get their 6th. And that is their 3rd for the quarter, I think, Ward. And, 2nd for the quarter. Ominous signs down here, though. as they start to draw a little bit of a lead on the Kingsway Football Club, out by 3 goals now. Scarborough Football Club, as Scott Worthington just comes off for a rest. And good finish by young Zach Morgan. But just getting back to the conversation earlier, saying both ruckmen have sort of been really even. You've got young Wade Moore probably getting double teamed by Big Bomber and Ebsworth so far, Ward. And I think Moore's athleticism has really impressed me. He's fast when the ball hits the ground, and he's got a really good vertical leap. And let's hope he can hold up for 4 quarters.
Look, hopefully, right, and his competitiveness is very good as well. He comes up against Bomber now, who we know has always been very competitive as well. But it'll be interesting to see who they put in as their second ruckman. I dare say it'll probably be Cook, as the umpire throws it up, but the captain in Sheen able to bring that one out. And Tommy Irwin, again, he's having an absolute blinder. Just lands in his arms there ahead of James Eccles. So Tommy Irwin, about 65 from goal, just chips it up nicely and finds the player there in Harrison McBride. McBride goes to kick inside 50 and finds Louis Miller out on the lead. So Louis Miller will end up kicking from probably just outside 50. We've seen a couple of long goals to this end of the ground so far. And normally a noted goal kicker for the Scarborough Footy Club. So Louis Miller looking to put the third on the board for this third quarter for Scarborough. Takes a long run up. It's probably going to kick from about right on the paint of 50. Louis Miller looks like it'll go just land short there. Players just go to knock it forward. It lands in the hands of the number 10 for Scarborough Footy Club. Goes to hack the ball over his body and just out of bounds there. And good work by Wade Toomey. Just quick hands there, but Scarborough not able to get the score.
Kingsway really now need to hit the scoreboard. Scarborough have had a really strong 15 minutes here. Millington reserve, so we need to see if Kingsway can respond and keep this game alive and bridge the gap a little bit.
So Eccles just goes to play on and kicks it long up the ground. Oliphant, one of those players, but great mark. Going back with the flight of the ball was the player for Scarborough in Big Bomber. So Bomber goes to play on, and once again he will kick it long and strong, and there's a lot of air under that one. Good spoil going back by Whitfield, I think it was. Actually, it was Benny Reid, and the ball, it just beats everyone out of bounds. About 10 metres around from the goals, just at this far end of the ground for Scarborough Footy Club. So 15 and a half gone in this second quarter. Scarborough with a handy 3-goal lead. As the umpire throws it in again, Wade Moore just knocks that one down. No one able to take that one out of the contest. Was this time for the Kingsway player, but Scarborough able to take that one out, and that is a goal by the player there from Scarborough Footy Club. Well done, and I think it could be Liam Robliard that might have taken that one out of the contest. I'm not sure if you can see that as well as I can, Mark.
Yeah, I think it was him, Ward, just running back to the middle now. Good finish by the little midfielder. Been busy this quarter. One of the generals in there and one of the key drivers behind this resurgence. Liam Billiard, and good little finish. And so third in a row, Scarborough, and danger signs a little bit for Kingsway at the moment as the league gets out to 4 goals, and they really do need to find a way to respond here because they had a really strong first quarter, but their second quarter so far just dropped off a bit, Ward.
Yeah, look, been really good passages of play from Kingsway Footy Club, but Scarborough just making use of their inside 50s, and as we mentioned, third goal for the quarter. And look, lead this one, 7 goals, 1-43. Kingsway Footy Club, 3 goals, 1-19 as Scarborough look to try and bring it out of the contest again and bring it out of that stoppage. Go to kick inside 50. Doesn't quite sit for Zach Morman. It does sit for Kyle Wilkin. So Wilkin just goes to bring it out there and turns it over, unfortunately. But look, could be a free kick after the kick there.
Yeah, Kingsway's ball down the field, bit of a late clip.
And just goes to kick through the middle there and finds Brooks going back with the ball. Sorry, that is Follett. Jakey Follett marks the ball, falling over there. So important inside 50 here, hopefully for Kingsway Footy Club, and they do kick it in. Oliphant on the lead, and good mark by the young fella there in Brady Oliphant for Kingsway Footy Club. Yeah. Just goes to chip it up there. And heard his captain calling, and apparently you do kick it to the captain when he calls for it, Mark. Absolutely you do. If you want to get a game next week, you kick it to Brooksy. But, geez, what a fantastic kick, Jake Follett, off one step. And he's a player that Kingsway need the ball in his hands a little bit more. But, geez, what a fantastic kick it was out in front of Big Oliphant, and then spotted Brooks up from... He'll go back and kick this for right on 50, Rowan, and you'd expect this to go pretty close. So, captain here in Rowan Brooks. If they need a captain's goal, it is now. Steps through. He will get the distance just, I reckon. I think that could have hit the post,
I think it did, yeah. Yep.
I think it has hit the post, and that's going to be a behind for Kingsway Footy Club. Their second, as Harrison Court goes to bring it in for Scarborough Footy Club, and good kick over the top there. Going back with the flight there was Furmark. Furmark able to knock it out, and good handball over the top. Almost finds more. Falls over there. Does the Scarborough play there? And, oh, geez, he might have held that in. That could be holding the ball. And it is indeed. And
it made no attempt to get that out, Ryan Sheen. Just sat on it. The umpire was in the perfect spot, Ward, to pay that kick. And, you know, in the modern day, if you don't make an effort, it's holding the footy every time.
Yeah, I was trying to think if it was a tactical free kick where he knew he might have been done, but look, as Kingsway still with the free kick there and a good inside 50, but spoiled there by Harrison Court, and the ball will go out of bounds almost on the paint of 50 for Kingsway Footy Club. About 6 minutes left to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, see if Wade Moore can give his midfielders some first use from this boundary throw-in. The forward 50 for Kingsway, and get a shot on goal for the club.
So good throw in by the umpire there, but knocked down straight away. Brooks able to shark it beautifully inside 50 there. Good effort there by Oliphant, but the ball gets knocked out. Does it sit for Matty Jackson? It does. Well done by him, but great tackle by the Scarborough play there, and that is holding the ball. Interesting that they paid that free kick and probably didn't let the play go, I think there, Mark.
Yeah, it's a bit hot in that one, but yep, Scarborough were out, so the advantage was definitely on.
And Luke Spencer marks the ball right in the last line of defence. Lukey Spencer goes to play on a good, nice chip kick there and finds Rob Liard there, the last goal scorer for the Scarborough Footy Club.
Got Big Bomber on down the line, just needs to go long. Yep, here he goes, down to Big Bomber. Give us a contest, big fella.
He does indeed, knocks it down beautifully and finds the captain. Oh, holding the ball again, and he's had two go against him now, and this time it was the big ruckman. Does he pay advantage? No, he doesn't. And Oliphant for Kingsway will be absolutely filthy. Marked it on his chest 10 metres out.
Again, not sure why it wasn't an advantage, but the umpire called it back. He was, Sheen was obviously remonstrating. I don't think he saw that the Kingsway player was out and hit Oliphant lace out 10 metres out, Ward. But anyway, here we go. Wade Moore to put him inside 50.
So Wade Moore, good long kick. It'll land about 25 metres out. Cook almost able to get it. Harrison Court going whack with the ball there. Good quick hands by Scarborough Footy Club. Not the greatest kick. Does sit for Rob Liard though. Goes to flick it over the top and finds a play in Nick Comer. Comer just able to get rid of it. Finds Tommy Irwin, being good so far with 3 goals. Kicks it up the line, but not one of his better kicks. And chopped off going back with the flight of the ball through Reed. So Reed just goes to kick it up the ground there and finds the player for Kingsway Footy Club. Goes to kick it inside 50. And Oliphant not able to get it this time. And Harrison Court showing why he's such an important player for Scarborough Footy Club. So Court just wanders off, takes a casual bounce, trying to get his players to lead him. Takes another one there. And just chips it up that far side of the ground, just out the front of the player in Brody Morgan, I think that was. And it just goes out of bounds on that far side.
3 minutes 30 left in the half down here at Millington Reserve, and we see Scarborough up by 23 points, so a really important part of the game.
So the umpire will go and throw it again, and we've got Bomber sitting there and just able to take that one out quite easily, but Matty Jackson grabs it. Good smother off the boot by Ashman, and the umpire will throw it in once again.
Let's see if these rucks adjust. The last 6 throw-ins on that side have gone about halfway that they should. Let's see if they adjust. You've got to be in front here in the ruck, getting from this outer side, Ward. As we see the ball drop forward again.
So tough throw in there, and well done this time by the big ruckman there. Free kick to Bomber. Bomber just goes to play on and finds a player on the outer side there. This time it's Harrison Breyer. McBride goes to kid up the ground, but turned over. Good tackle there by Jake Follett, and that is holding the ball this time. What's happened there? Free kick to Scarborough Footy Club. I actually thought it was going the other way, but Scarborough go to bomb it long, and going back with the flight of the ball was Daniel Whitfield for Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, their key defenders are held up well so far. Whitfield, Reed, Eccles, been good. Just need some other contributors probably forward of the ball to get involved, and making the most of some of these defenders. Good work today.
So tough conditions for all players today, but some players adjusting better than others, and this time the ball flows over the top, and once again to Harrison Court, who's had a bit of it in this second quarter, and good chip forward there by Scarborough Footy Club. and marked by the little man in Tommy Irwin. So Irwin just goes to chip it up there. Good lead out there by the Scarborough player and finds the first goal scorer in Nick Comer.
Keep pushing forward, Tommy, and get it back. He's already kicked 3. He knows where he needs to be, Tom Irwin. He's getting to the fall of the ball.
So Comer just goes to kick it to advantage inside 50. Great spoil over the top by Daniel Whitfield. And well, that could have been a golden fist contender, I would have thought there, mate. Pretty good spoil there.
Absolutely. So that defensive group have been resolute so far for Kingsway Football Club, and certainly no fault of theirs that they're 4 goals behind at the moment. Just need some of their powers a little bit further up the field to probably be a bit more even with their contribution. And as I said, they can't hold up much better than they are at the moment.
So just under a minute left here in the second quarter. Millington Reserve as the umpire throws it in. Moore able to knock that one out there. Can Scarborough snag a last goal before half-time? They do lead this contest 7 goals, 1-43. Kingsway Footy Club 3 goals to 20. Umpire throws it up again. Moore just brings it out beautifully there. Hacked around the body, this time by Barnes. Good pick up there by Gary Sarti, I think it is. And just a kick out of bounds. And Scarborough will probably get the one last opportunity to reload. About 35 seconds left in this quarter. And they'll look to go inside 50 through Tom Willett.
Really long kick, Tom Willett. He'll be looking to put this right to the danger spot.
So Tom Willett does that indeed. Just goes to kick inside 50. Not his best kick though. No. And the big ruckman there in Wade Moore. Been one of their better players, I think, so far, Kingsway, Mark.
Absolutely has. Been fantastic for Kingsway so far, Big Moore.
And finds one of their other better players in Eccles, who just goes to kick it up the line there, but spoiled out of bounds by the Scarborough Footy Club. As we start to tick down to half-time now, and it's not going to be far away. And there is the whistle for half-time out here at Millington Reserve. Scarborough Footy Club leading this contest 7 goals, 1-43. Kingsway Footy Club still in it though, 3 goals, 2-20. But Scarborough take a 23-point lead into half-time. Goal scorers for both sides. We've got Tom Irwin. He's kicked 3 so far for Scarborough Footy Club, all singles the rest. Liam Robliard, Nick Comer, Worthington and Zach Morgan. While for Kingsway Footy Club, look, they weren't able to get one in that quarter. All in the first was Matty Jackson, Jared Cook and Braden Furmark. Look, Mark, I'll let you give just a quick summary of what you've probably seen so far in this first half.
Yeah, really strong first quarter from both sides, as we saw. 4 goals to 3, and it was a really good arm wrestle and some good ball movement, and lots of goals in that first quarter. And then for mine, the second quarter was all the Scarborough Football Club and I think their senior players and their midfield, especially Rebilliard, Irwin, Ashman. Comer started getting involved a bit more in the play up on the wing, and then they got the targets down there to kick to in Worthington, presenting really strongly, looking dangerous. So that quarter was all about the Scarborough Football Club, and 3 goals for the quarter. They open up a pretty handy lead down here and go into half time. Still got a contest on our hands, obviously, but we really do need the Kingsway Football Club to come out in the third quarter, have a really strong third quarter, and then set up what should be a really good last quarter if that was the case, Ward.
Look, let's see what Kingsway can bring out to start this second half. Look, we'll get to go to a break now. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here at Millington Reserve. As we mentioned, Kingsway Footy Club, look, not out of this contest yet, but Scarborough do have a 23-point lead. Don't go anywhere. Join us after this break. We'll see you soon. And welcome back to Millington Reserve here for the round 10 clash between Scarborough Footy Club and Kingsway. And Scarborough went into half-time with a good break, leading this contest by 23 points, 7 goals, 1-43. Kingsway Footy Club 3 goals to 20 as both teams start making their way back to position. Scarborough the first to break, and Kingsway still in a nice tight group at the moment. And look, what do you think the message for Kingsway Footy Club would have been at half-time, Mark?
Yeah, sort of walked past the room to grab a beanie, Ward, and Craig Dalton was pretty animated around the stoppages, and heard him talking about the sweeper role and where is it, make sure it's in place. So I'm sure he would have been disappointed with that second quarter. He'd be asking for a response from his troops this quarter, and Paul Vines was still also quite animated. Saw him coming out of the rooms at half-time, as most coaches are, and obviously game mode at the moment, and really important game for both clubs, as we said. So, both teams ready to go. And notice Scott Worthington down there on a spin bike. Hopefully no injury for the key forward of Scarborough, but unusual not to see him out there straight after half-time. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And hopefully we can get the big fella back out there.
Just trying to keep those legs ticking over as the temperature feels like it's dropped about 7 degrees as we go to start this third quarter. Ward Harris, Mark Winnett down at Millington Reserve as the umpire throws it up, and Wade Moore knocks the ball straight out of that one there. The umpire has found a free kick, and that's going to go to the captain for Kingsway in Rowan Brooks.
Yeah, had a quiet second quarter, Brooks. Really strong first quarter. And umpire said 50 metres against Zach Morgan, coming in from behind the mark, ran a little bit close to Rowan Brooks, and that's not what you need in the first 20 seconds of the third quarter. And the Kingsway skipper, Ward, will have a shot on goal from 25 metres out, directly in front.
He looked absolutely stunned there, Zach Morgan, but there's no doubt about that one, that there was a free kick, wasn't it? I know it's a different kind of, it is the rule, isn't it? But, he looked really, really surprised there.
Just got to be switched on as a young player, and honest mistake, but Brooks should go back and kick Kingsway's fourth in their first of the quarter, and a much-needed one for the club.
So Rowan Brooks steps through, kicks it straight. That's his first on the board and first for Kingsway of this second half. And a well-needed goal, as you mentioned, Mark. Kingsway now 4 goals to 26. Scarborough still leading 7 goals, 1-43. And we've gone just over a minute in this third quarter. Yeah,
take him any way you can get him away from home when you're behind at half-time, and sets it up for a cracking stoppage here, as Scarborough side will be bouncing to get back from that one, because no one likes to give one up straight up in the third quarter, really, without any play. So we'll go back to the middle, and we'll see Moore in there. Been really good in the first half. We said Wade Moore, and the likes of him and Sarti and Brooks and Follett and Ricketts are going to have to get their side off to a big third quarter.
As the umpire brings it back again, it almost feels like the start of the third quarter once again, but we've already had a goal on the board, and this time a bomber knocks it out for Scarborough Footy Club. And well done as they bring it out the front of the stoppage there. Good inside 50. Toomey underneath that one, and the umpire has found a free kick. And which way is this one going to go? No one actually seems to know.
It's the little fella. Is it to Irwin? No? No, couldn't spot what the free kick was for, but it's going to Big Ebsworth.
Yeah, a lot of the players kind of hands on hips there. No one was quite sure, but the umpire's picked one out there to Benny Ebsworth. It was the starting ruckman for Scarborough. It goes through the motions nice and quickly, and the big fella has knocked one through, and geez, the crowd are absolutely rapt about that. Second goal for the quarter so far, and look, we've only gone 2.5 minutes, and what a bloody strange start to this third quarter, Mark Winnett.
Yeah, really strange start, sort of 2 free kicks, 2 goals, but obviously crowd favourite, Big Ebsworth, because the boys behind in the bar here went up in unison when the big fella slotted that one through. But yeah, we've played 3 minutes, we've got two goals from free kicks, and we're back to where we started.
So 3 minutes gone in this third quarter out at Millington Reserve. Scarborough still with that 23-point lead as the umpire strolls back to the middle of the ground. Once again, as we mentioned, conditions getting icier and icier. The wind feels like it has dropped off a little bit. It feels like it's about 5 degrees at the moment now as Bomber knocks that one out of the ruck again. And Scarborough just go to kick it forward there. Another free kick, because why not? And it'll be down the ground to the young fella in Tommy Irwin. So Irwin just goes to chip inside 50 there and finds Zach Morgan. So Morgan just on the paint of 50 there.
Chance to make amends, Zach, for his earlier one as Comma calls to the one around the corner and gets himself in a dangerous spot, Nick Comma. Crowd saying give it to him, but no. Zach Morgan said, I'll go back, have a shot. We see him from 50 metres now. Goes back, Morgan. Puts it to the top of the goal square. They'll all fly. Really strong contest. Couldn't quite hold it the Scarborough forward, but players all in around the mill. Umpire says I'll ball it up. Wasn't a great kick by Morgan Ward, but it did land at the top of the goal square.
Yeah, it did indeed. There's definitely getting a bit of feedback from his teammates there and from the crowd as well. As the umpire throws it up there, and Halligan just hacks it around the body. Oh! And almost knocked around the chops there was the player for Scarborough Footy Club. Braden Fermark trying to see if he wanted to wear a helmet as well.
Yeah.
And a free kick. Oh, no, probably paying that mark, isn't he, I would have thought.
Yeah, really made him earn it, Fermark. And I think it's West coming over there on the far side, but Kingsway's intent have come out really strong after half-time, Ward, and by the outcome of that sort of contest, that sort of signals basically what the intent of the Kingsway Footy Club is, which is going to be hard and tough, and you're going to have to earn it.
So Bradley Westcombe, he'll sit there and have a shot on goal. He's going to kick it, I'd say probably just from 50 metres. The left footer, hopefully a good long kick. Sets it up nicely. It's going to go right to the line there. Good spoil over the top by the player there for Kingsway in Wade Moore. And another behind on the board. Only the second one for Scarborough, but once again they start to extend their lead again.
See Worthington just come back on the ground, so no problems there.
Benny Reid just strolls out of defence. Big up and under kick going out of defence there. Lots of players going up there. Almost takes the mark. Does the big fella in Bomber. But Court goes and kicks it inside 50, and coming out of defence there was Schreiber Wood. Good clearing kick there. Doesn't quite land for Fermark. It does now. Puts on the afterburners. Just a check side kick. Goes to go inside 50 there.
Geez,
not
Jackson's
quite there.
out here.
Oh, it sits there. And over the top there by Liam O'Connor and Jackson. Good forward running by Kingsway Footy Club and Matty Jackson. And that must be definitely a play that they do all the time, because we've seen it a couple of times so far.
Certainly, and Jackson's always been the one spitting forward the deepest, the fastest. So, really impressive ball movement offensively by Kingsway when they get the footy. And Fermark generally the one who draws the players, and Jackson was bolting forward, and he'll line up for his second, Ward. 15 metres out and a 45-degree angle.
So Matty Jackson, important kick for Kingsway Footy Club in this contest now. Just goes and strolls in, kicks through it, and kicks truly, and that's the second goal for the quarter for Kingsway Footy Club and the second for Matt Jackson. He's the first multiple goal scorer for Kingsway Footy Club as they start to chip away at this lead. Still down by 18 points now as Scarborough lead this one 8 goals to 50. Kingsway Footy Club 5 goals to 32. Look, we've gone about 7 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, really good hard running again by Jackson. Those mid to spit forward hard are always hard to keep an eye on, because you win the footy, you turn your back and he's out and gone, and pushing forward really hard. So again, we'll see the midfielder Follett, Ricketts, Sarti it looks like in there, and more for Kingsway. And for Scarborough we've got the Ashman, the president, Sheehan, looks like the big fella Bomber. And can't quite see the fourth midfielder in there, Ward. But good midfield sets anyway for both sides.
So the umpire throws it up this time, and Moore able to take that one out as Kingsway go to try and take it out the front of the contest there. But good tackle pressure there.
McBriar it is for Scarborough, the extra mid.
So umpire throws it up again. War knocks it down straight to Follett. Sorry, that was Wade Moore, not War. I'm starting to get lazy there, trying to combine the name into one. As the umpire throws it up again, Wade Moore knocks it out beautifully, picked up by Ricketts. And once again, third stoppage in about 17 seconds as the umpire comes in and grabs the ball.
Yeah, Ward just trying to clear the area there. There's Moore.
And this time brings it out. It was Sheehan that time trying to bring the ball out there. Wade Moore finds himself at the bottom, but Sheehan able to bring that one in again. And another stoppage. I think the ball's moved about 3.5 metres so far.
They wanted the ruckman to give it a big whack here, Ward, and clear the area, don't we, and get it out into space.
And weren't able to do it, but this time it's Follett, tries to bring the ball around his body, doesn't get too far. Good hands out there, but once again smothered. It's going to be a fifth stoppage there probably in the last minute or so. So pressure absolutely red hot here. We're set up in this contest. Scarborough leading this game by 18 points now. And the umpire has picked a free kick this time. It'll go to Kingsway Footy Club. And it'll go to that player in Liam Fraser. So Fraser just chips it up the ground there to the leading player in Liam O'Connor. So O'Connor goes onto his left foot, plays on. Normally a good long kick is this time as well. Goes inside 50. No one able to take that mark. Liam Fraser finds himself at the bottom of that contest and tackled by Ryan Shan. And once again, we'll have another stoppage 55 metres out from the Kingsway goal.
Yeah, Liam O'Connor, one they can get a little bit more out of. We know how crafty he is around goals. Just love to see him get involved a little bit more if Kingsway are going to get back in this contest. And not just Liam, but I say that because he's so dangerous around goals, Ward. And if he's got the ball in his hand, he's either kicking goals or setting them up. So good to see him get involved, but a few more would be really nice.
Umpire throws the ball up again. Wade Moore knocks it down. Ball flicks out this time forward. Picked up there by Oliphant. That was Cook. Goes to pick the ball up. Kingsway Footy Club just pressing forward though. Scarborough, their defence holding up strong. And another stoppage about 25 metres out from the Kingsway goal.
Again, really good pick up from Big Cook below his knees, wasn't it, from the big man? Looks really good for a big athletic type.
And Cook this time in the ruck, able to knock that one just to the advantage, but Scarborough just go clearing kick there. It'll be a one-on-one contest there. But good going through the pack there was Eccles. Just goes to kick it inboard. Good handball over the top, actually, it was. Snap around the body there by the Kingsway player, but rebounding out of defence was the Scarborough Footy Club player. Eccles, one of those players chasing it, sits nicely for him. Handballs just out to that far side there. Finds the player in Kyle Wildown's had a couple of balls there, and good kick. Inside 50, Braden Furmark. Marks just out on the lead there.
Here he is, the X-Factor player for Kingsway Footy Club. We spoke about him before the game. He hasn't let us down, Braden Furmark. He's got the helmet on. He's a really dangerous type and flies in the air. He's good on the ground. He's very creative, Ward, and it's going to take a good kick from him. He's going to have to kick that just outside the right goalpost, you'd think, but if anyone from the Kingsway Footy Club's going to kick it from here, it's going to be Braden Furmark.
And look, you'd back him in from here as well. He'll start it out just to the right-hand side. He does indeed. He started out very, very right, and that is out of bounds on the full. I didn't see that one coming, I have to admit.
No, Braden, that's the last time we're calling in today. From here on, we'll just let you go because went the outside torpedo almost off the side of the boot there, which is unusual for Braden. But anyway, it's been good so far. Just needs to keep presenting. Absolutely
right. As Scotty Tyres takes a couple of bounces now, goes to bring the ball out of defence, almost turns it over. Good pressure there by Kingsway Footy Club. Ashman there trying to tackle for Scarborough. And what's the umpire going to say? Give it back to me. And I think it was probably about a minute ago I saw Kyle Wilden from Kingsway going off the ground there. It looked like he might have had a finger dislocate or something. Hopefully he's all right, and we'll keep an eye on that one as the umpire throws it up again, and Scarborough's trying to force the ball forward. Could be another stoppage there, a roaming maul, but no, Scarborough just able to get it out. 2-on-2 contest here. Going back with the fly of the ball was the Scarborough player, but Kingsway able to bring it out. Good hands there by Sati, I think it was. And the ball crosses here, and it's going to land in the lap of Mitch Brooks. So Mitch Brooks just doing what Kingsway do very well. Goes back and finds the general in Benny Reid. Good kick there by Reid. Jeez, the ball just kind of held up there and lands in the arms of Eccles. Eccles just chips it. And good pressure there by the Scarborough player, but
really lifted Brooks.
He has indeed. As goes back to Eccles there and kick inside 50. And great mark going across the front of the contest there by the Scarborough player there. Chips inside and finds Brad Westcombe. So Westcombe just going up the ground there, lands almost in the lap of Robliard. Just goes and chips inside there and flicks it out to the captain in Shan. Plenty of room in front of there. Just onto his left boot there. Oh, great spoil going through that contest by Chopper Reid. Goes back there. Goes through absolutely everyone, almost through the legs of the Kingsway player, but well done there by Kingsway Footy Club, and just able to relieve the pressure. And a comedy of errors there as Harrison Court takes the mark, takes a bounce, goes from 48 metres out and kicks an absolute beautiful goal there for Scarborough Footy Club. And as we mentioned, a comedy of errors there, but Harrison Court, right place, right time, on his left boot, kicks from 48 out, and that is a bit of a steady now for Scarborough Footy Club.
Yeah, great goal by Court, and as you can see, he can kick goals from this side if they come out this way. Court showed again that, it's not out of their scope to be able to kick them from out there, and really impressive finish from the half-back. And Scarborough just to settle that one now. 9 goals, 256 to Kingsway 5, 232. Open up a 4-goal lead. Scarborough Footy Club after Kingsway have been really impressive for the first 15 minutes of the third quarter, Ward, and still a fair bit of fight in this game, you'd think, from both sides.
Look, 14 minutes gone in this third quarter so far, and we almost find ourselves exactly where we were at half-time. Look, Scarborough just increased their lead by the 1 point now, and they go to bring this one out of the middle of the ground. Robliard goes inside 50. Big fella there. Oh, almost takes a mark. Does Epsworth? Can't this time. Halligan just goes to kick it off the ground this time. Nice right slipper into it. Flicks it forward. Hooper it was, and finds his own ball back again. Good quick hands there. Follett. Will it stay in? Just out of bounds on the full, and those double lines a bit confusing there, Mark, I would have thought.
Yeah, they are. Yep, certainly. I thought it was already still in play, I think, but see Scarborough looking to bring the ball back in on the centre wing here. Good kick to the contest. Big Ebsworth to fly, and Bomber up as well. Moore brings it down. Ebsworth handball out. Very good kick away. Quick kick by Westcombe. Good attack on the football by Reid. Worthington's got him. No umpire says play on. You both in that. Comma dishes it out to Rebilliard. Rebilliard steps around. Looks to deliver the ball inside 50. What options does he have? He's got a good option there. Oh, it just fell off the chest of young Morgan it was, but picked up by the Scarborough player again. Another snap-on goal from the Scarborough Footy Club on his left foot. He likes it. Really good finish there. Harrison McBriar on the left foot, and the Scarborough Footy Club Ward get 2 in a row.
Absolutely right, and good play there by Scarborough Footy Club. They had young Tom Irwin all out by himself there. He's kicked 3 for the day, but great to see another one on the scoreboard, and that was Harrison McBriar. As Scarborough go to extend their lead now. We've gone almost, just over 15 minutes in this third quarter, and look, Scarborough leading it now, 5-goal margin, and she's starting to blow out a little bit now.
Yep, think from here they're going to be really hard to beat. Kingsway are going to have to kick at least the next 2 this quarter. You'd think Ward to be anywhere near it, if not 3, coming home in the last quarter here, but Scarborough Footy Club starting to assert a little bit of dominance, and we'll see how we go in the middle with Big Bomber, and more up we go again.
So the umpire threw it up. Bomber able to take that one down. Good tackle there by Follett. Ball bounced out. Straight into another Scarborough player's hands. But Rowan Brooks jumping straight in for another tackle there. Umpire will come and grab it again. Once again, Bomber against Moore. Moore's pretty much done it solo all day there now, but just brought out of the middle there by the play there for Kingsway. Oh, good, clever bounce there by the player in spinner Mainstone. Just follows up his own work there. Good tackle pressure there. Ball flicked over the top there. Scarborough trying to bring the ball out. Well done by Kingsway Footy Club. Turned over there and lands in the arms of Chatty Barnes. Barnes goes to snap it around the body. Spoils over the top there. Just around the face of goal, but hacked out there by Scarborough Footy Club. Just trying to clear it out there. Players chasing out on that far side there. Kingsway player calling for deliberate.
Yeah, Nick Common just socketed it out of bounds, and umpire said no intent, Nick. Free kick to Kingsway.
Oh, and does very well going back with the ball there. It was the president in Ashman. So Ashman with the ball just inside his own 50 and chips it up beautifully and finds the player there in Luke Spencer. So Spencer goes to bring it inboard there. Risky kick, Oliphant! Almost mixes the president there in Jolie Ashman, and he's going to be feeling that one for days, I reckon.
Yeah, well, the kick was probably on, but it was a dangerous one, and nothing wrong with what Oliphant did there. He was just attacking the contest as well, and it was a good hard contest of football, unfortunately, but Jolie Ashman gets the free kick, and the president puts him up towards half forward, and we see on the lead again coming out is young Morgan. Morgan wheels around, go inside 50. Brooks cutting across, but there's Worthington. Scott Worthington on the lead. Got a couple of metres ahead of Eccles, and Morgan put it straight on his chest. Pierce the eye of the needle, and Scotty Worthington will go back for the Scarborough Footy Club from about 48 metres out. Ward to kick his second.
And look, you'd be backing him in from there this time, wouldn't you, Mark?
Yeah, well, you'd like to hope so. He's a prodigious kick, Worthington, and doesn't need many looks. So let's see what Scott can do from, I said, 48 metres out. He's going to take his best, the big left footer.
It's been a bit of commentator's curse so far, but let's see what he can do. Worthington strolls in. Looks pretty good off the boots, but just out to the right-hand side. And what's the umpire said here? Blood rule, I think. So I could have a player coming off the ground.
Like big Bomber's coming off for get whatever blood he's got cleaned up, the big fella. He's been very workmanlike again today, Big Bomber.
I would call it a well-earned blood rest, I think, here, mate.
Absolutely.
As Bomber comes off the ground and player in Bread West comes back on for Scarborough Footy Club. But a behind on the board for Scarborough. Look, they lead this game by 31 points. And we've gone about 19 minutes in this third quarter. As Chopper Reid just goes to clear out of the defensive zone. Good long kick down the middle of the ground. Just out to that far side there. Grabs a lot of distance as Kingsway go to bring it out here. Plenty of players ahead of the ground and doesn't quite land. And geez, they get out really well there. I know you can't see it, unfortunately, on the broadcast, but probably 3 players ahead of the play there. And if Kingsway were able to get that ball out, probably running into an open goal, I would have thought.
Certainly roll the dice, don't they, with that kicking ball movement. And as you said, you had O'Connor and Jackson again just waiting to win the footy on the wing and are out and gone. So, but it can work the other way too. You don't win that footy ward, you turn it over and your mids are out and the Scarborough players are all in space. So, interesting set play, but it has worked a couple of times today.
But they turn the ball over this time now, and the ball finds Zach Morgan, and this is where they end up getting those extra numbers. Tommy Willett goes inside 50. Worthington, but good ball over the top by Reid. Lands once again with Willett, but great tackle there by that player for Scarborough Footy Club. And good hands by Wilden just to try and help it out of bounds. But once again, another inside 50 for Scarborough. Really pressing now in this third quarter.
Yeah, they are. Really like James Eccles' game again today. He's been really solid, hasn't he? He's been under pressure, but stands up time and time again for the Kingsway Football Club in the back half.
So the umpire will throw it in now. Will land about 40 metres out. Epsworth, one of those players in the ruck against Cook. But the ball will be bounced up again. About 4.5 minutes left now in this third quarter. Scarborough leading it quite convincingly as the umpire balls it up again. Cook able to bring that one down. Ashman there with the tackle. And the umpire will look to bring it in. Another throw up here now.
Time for Kingsway to roll the dice again. 4 minutes to play. Need to hit some scoreboard pressure here. Probably time to try and, as I said, roll the dice, try a few different things and see if he can create some score.
And good snap around the body there. Oh, Worthington, but off the ground there. And what's this? Is this Morgan that could have kicked it off the ground? Umpires confer. They're pretty happy with it. All clear. Goal on the board for Scarborough Footy Club. And once again, great work there. And I think this time, Brodie Morgan, the goal scorer for Scarborough Footy Club, as they extend their lead now, leading this contest 11 goals, 369. Kingsway Footy Club 5 goals to 32. And we've got about 21 and a half in this third quarter. And geez, blowing this game right apart now, Scarborough Footy Club.
Yeah, they are. Fortunately for Kingsway, they've been able to go with Scarborough this quarter, and little Morgan, the beneficiary there of just getting to the drop of the ball. But again, it's been the Scarborough midfield getting on top. No real standouts, just a solid workmanlike performance, I think, so far, Ward, and even contribution really across the board.
Look, it's been a pretty good contest so far today, and as you mentioned, look, Kingsway came out and they started this third quarter pretty well, but Scarborough, look, 4 goals to 2 so far, and let's see if they can get another one on the board as the umpire throws it up, but straight into another stoppage, and it's been the story of the day, but look, still 16 goals on the board, which has made a pretty good contest. As the umpire throws it up again, Cook this time in the ruck, and look, probably a well-earned break for Moore. Just resting up forward at the moment now for Kingsway.
Yeah, he'll sleep well tonight, Wade Moore. Geez, he's been workmanlike again today, and it's not his fault that they're 5 or 6 goals behind. He's certainly been really, really good.
So another blood rule here at the moment, and the player from Scarborough looks to just take his time as he comes off the ground there.
Nick Comer coming off again, just giving a bit of feedback to whoever it was. Unlike Nick, not to have a chat, but he'll just stroll his way off the ground, Ward, and slow things down a little bit here late in the third quarter, and it's a little bit of a score from around the grounds. We've got, looks like Curtin Uni Wesley are 22 points ahead of West Coast, Ward, City Beach Oval, and fortunately can't get any other scores up at this stage. Got some good games today. CBC playing University over at Morris Buzzercott Reserve, and obviously North Beach, North Fremantle. You think North Beach would be too strong in that one, so it'd be good to see some results a bit later on today.
Look forward to it now as Scarborough go inside 50 again. 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Big up and under kick, going back with the flight of the ball though. Spoiled by the Kingsway player. Once again, brings it out this time. It was Wilden. Good to see him back on the ground. And the umpire has found something just on that far side there. And it'll be a free kick to Wilden for Kingsway Footy Club. He just goes to kick it. Good kick up that side of the ground. But going back and across there it was Harrison Court. So Court just goes and chips it inside and finds the play there for Scarborough Footy Club. Good run and carry there by Scarborough Footy Club. Kicks inside 50. A bit of a mongrel. Cook there just behind the ball, but picked up by the player there in Barnes. Barnes goes and finds the player there for Kingsway in Callan German. German goes to kick up that side of the ground there, and good kick. And finds a player for Kingsway Footy Club. And once again, they are out on that far side. They move so quickly there. Furmark just moves. And he'll go over the top and finds Jackson. Well done by Scarborough Footy Club there in Harrison Court. Just spoiling over the line. Oh, and Ashman just able to pick it up there. Well done by Scarborough Footy Club. Risky handball inside. Good tackle from behind by Jackson. And what have they said there? Was it in the back or was it holding the ball?
I think it was in the back ward. Looks like it's going to be a Scarborough free kick. But again, we saw Jackson spitting forward hard in the goal square. Just couldn't take that mark. But geez, he runs hard offensively. Not sure how hard they work defensively on the good players. But when they do get the ball, they certainly roll the dice and spit forward, as we've said. And that's obviously the way they like to play. But as we said before, when you do play that way, you're certainly giving the opposition some looks if you don't have the football. And you can't afford to do that when you've got a side like Scarborough and the mids that they've got. But Furmark, 12 seconds to go here. I'm not saying a word, Ward.
Look, big kick in the contest of the game. Braden Furmark, he butchered the other one out of bounds on the full. This one looks a bit better, but fading to the left-hand side. That's a point on the board for Kingsway Footy Club. And that is three-quarter time out here at Millington Reserve. Scarborough Footy Club well in control, leading this contest 11 goals, 369. Kingsway Footy Club 5 goals, 333. We'll go through the goal scorers for each side. Tommy Irwin still with the 3 goals to his name so far, and all the others single goal scorers. Rob Liard, Brody Morgan, Nick Comer, Scott Worthington, Harrison McBride, Harrison Court, Zach Morgan and Blake Ebsworth. Goal scorers, just the one multiple goal scorer for Kingsway Footy Club. That is Matty Jackson, Brooks, Cook and Furmark, the goal scorers for Kingsway Footy Club. But look, we'll go straight to a bit of a break here. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you come and join us for the fourth quarter here. Scarborough well in control. We'll see you soon after a break. And fourth quarter here at Millington Reserve. Scarborough Football Club well in control. 11 goals, 369. Kingsway Footy Club 5 goals, 333. That's a 36-point lead. 25 minutes to go in this contest. Scarborough Footy Club looking to walk away with the 4 points as the umpire holds the ball aloft. And we're ready to roll in this fourth quarter. Bomber against the big man in Moore, and it's knocked down straight away. Brooks takes it out. Kingsway trying to go inside 50. Let's see if they can pinch one nice and early. Well done there by Kingsway. Great tackle by the Scarborough player there. And a
big Scotty Tyres it was.
Scotty Tyres.
Yep, good tackle from the big fella. Been strong again today down back.
So let's see if Kingsway can try and make a contest of this. Good inside 50 for them first up there. Well done there by Kingsway. Oliphant just snaps it around the ball. Ty is able to spoil that one. Goes and gets a handball. Plenty of the ball nice and early now. As Scarborough to clear it out, and that's Spinner Mainstone with a long kick. Tommy Irwin. Geez, good spoil by the young fella there. Ball bounces over the top. Irwin follows up again.
Wow.
And ends up getting taken high. And
love the way he goes about it. Ward, he's cracked in hard all day, Tommy Irwin. He's probably the smallest bloke on the field with the biggest heart. And, geez, he puts his body over the footy, his head over the ball, and good on him. Get rewarded there for cracking in hard.
So good game by Tommy Irwin. Goes the handball off now. Finds Spinner Mainstone, the left footer. Goes and kicks inside 50. Couple guys underneath there. Couple of funny jumps at the footy there. And the umpire has found a free kick. And I think that'll be a free kick to Zach Morgan for Scarborough Footy Club. I think he might have just been impeded there, mate.
Yeah, I think the umpire looked like he might have paid a push a long way from us. But he was in the perfect position, the umpire. And Morgan again gets to go back and kick one today, Zach Morgan. It's going to be tough. Right pocket there, probably 45 metres out for the Scarborough Footy Club, but a little bit of protection. So let's see what Zach Morgan can do.
So Morgan just strolls in now, starts it out. A good position. Looks like it'll go just across the face of goal, and a good mark going across there by the captain in Rowan Brooks. So Brooks just goes to move it there. Doesn't quite sit for Furmark. Goes through though and finds Furmark now. Handballs inboard there. Good pressure by Scarborough Footy Club. Able to cause the stoppage, and the umpire will come in and grab the ball up there. 36 points is the margin. 3 minutes gone now. Sorry, 2 minutes gone. 3 minutes gone, sorry, in this fourth quarter. As the umpire throws the ball up there. Just Scarborough going to go inside 50 there. How does it sit for Worthington? Good below his knees. Could have been a free kick. Umpire says there was nothing there. Morgan goes to flick it out there. Captain in Sheehan, I think that could have been. And the easiest of goals there by Wade Toomey. And that's one on the board for Scarborough Footy Club there. And that was an absolute gimme.
Yeah, couldn't be bothered bending down to pick it up. It was that easy. Just said, I'll soccer this one through. Wade Toomey, and probably one of the easiest goals he would have kicked in his career, Ward, I would have thought. Not sure how many he's kicked playing forward over the years, but outstanding defender. He made his mark as a resolute half-back and tough as teak. Wade Toomey played a lot of state football, some AFL football, and plenty of waffle footy. It's great to have players like Wade Toomey running around in the Perth Football League, giving their experience and leadership back to these young kids. It's invaluable, isn't it?
Oh, look, and it's like what we see every week when we go and cover these games for the Perth Footy League. Lots of talent running around the A-grade competition. Good to see young fellas coming through, and good to see veterans sit there and giving back to the league as well, as the umpire throws it up again. And well done by Rob Liard as he goes and brings the ball outside the middle. But good mark going back with the flight there was the player for Kingsway Footy Club in Whitfield. Hands it off and hits up Eccles. Eccles been very good today. Well done by Furmark. Just uses his body absolutely beautifully. Takes a bounce. Takes a second bounce. Could have a third. Yes, he does. Goes inside 50. Oh, probably took that a little bit too long. And well done by that player from Scarborough Footy Club who just smothers it there. Drew Kent it was. as Scarborough go to come out of defence now. Good kick up the ground. Worthington, the play there, just goes over the top there. Reid will track it back. Sits well there for Ben Reid, but Worthington just on his hammer. Picks up the ball and tackled straight away. And the umpire will come and grab it now 65 metres around from the Scarborough goal. So Scarborough Footy Club, once again, well in control at the moment. 42 points, the margin now. As the umpire throws the ball up again. Just snapped around inside 50 there. Morgan almost able to pick it up there. And the umpire has blown his whistle and will come again and grab the ball again.
Yeah, it's that sort of danger side of the game, isn't it, where Kingsway really do need to hang in there. Keep trying to score, look for ways to get the footy and not let this one really blow out. As Toomey wins that one down from the contest, Scarborough play, I think it's Comma right over there on the far side and Pate holding the football, and good tackle from the Kingsway defence, and they'll get rewarded there with that strong tackle. Looking to switch the ball, Kingsway, which sure is the best option to take at this time of the game. But anyway, come inside, dangerous kick. Great mark there for Whitfield. Key defender's been reliable all day. Plays on by hands. Not a great handball. Made his forward do some work. Rebellia gets in there, cleans up from Scarborough Footy Club. Rushes the kick forward. Just scrubs off his boot along the ground. Good contest down there. Halligan crashes in from Kingsway. Umpire hovering around. He said holding the ball again. No, he's called play on. And Kingsway will take the ball. Umpire trying to clear the congestion, and little hit up, and Sardi there. Ball. No, umpire sets a mark, not out of bounds, and good hands by young Sardi. Got the ball in the half-back flank for Kingsway. Goes back across the goals to Eccles, I think it is, Ward. He's been really strong again today, trying to switch the ball and find a way out. Kingsway here, but Scarborough got all the options closed up at this point in time. Furmark uses his body. Coming in from the contest is Drew Kent. Furmark again crashed in. He's been tough all day. Furmark trying everything for his side, but on that occasion, umpire said, yep, you get a free kick, and Braden Furmark gets rewarded for cracking into that contest, Ward.
Yeah, look, Furmark has definitely been pretty good. His second game back this week. Finds Mitch Brooks started the game like a house on fire. Not one of his best kicks. And he gives away a free kick for pushing the back. I'll go to Joel Ashman. So Ashman, just a nice little chip kick through the middle of the ground. Finds, I think, Morgan for Scarborough Footy Club. Morgan goes long. Worthington uses his body absolutely beautifully. Goes and chips it over the top there. Finds his teammate just on the far side there.
Sean Bradley, I think it is, drifting down from the wing.
And Shawnee Bradley has drifted forward. Haven't called his name a lot today, but normally an ever-reliable player for the Scarborough Footy Club, and he'll look to extend the lead now. As we mentioned before, 42 points is the margin at the moment. He'll go back and have a set shot on goal now. Sean Bradley. Straight over the goal umpire's head. First goal for Sean Bradley and second goal of this fourth quarter. And Scarborough just looking to solidify their position in the game. And they'll be getting ready to take home the 4 points today.
Yeah, it's been an interesting move. Sean Bradley out on the wing today. He played some waffle footy in the ruck, Ward, and key position. But he is very athletic and obviously gives him an outlet with that size on the wing. If he can run, gives him a marking option as well. So, yeah, smart move by Coach Paul Vines, and good to see players get challenged and get moved as their careers go on and they find different roles in football, and that's what it's all about in the modern day. So, again, not his best day, but good finish drifting forward and good contested mark by Worthington.
So starting to get a bit darker here at Millington Reserve. I don't know if we'll see any lights at the moment, but hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here of this contest today. It's been all Scarborough, but look, Kingsway still trying to put on the pressure at the moment as they go out of this contest. Ricketts in there trying to take the ball out of there. But once again, it's a roaming maul. Players from both teams putting their body over the ball. As the umpire will come and grab it again. Still in the centre square at the moment as the umpire throws it up again. Wade Moore tried all day for the Kingsway Footy Club. Quick handball over the top there. Goes to the last goal scorer in Bradley. Can't quite pick it up there. Picked up by Ashman. Does well to come out. Could have been tripped. No, said the umpire there. And the ball bounces back in. And he'll come and grab it again. Just out on that far side now. Scarborough well in control.
Yeah, absolutely they are, but good to see still some desperation from the Kingsway players working hard defensively. It's good to see they're still working in the contest.
As Kingsway go to bring the ball inside 50 there. Almost marked by Scotty Muse, but Scarborough Footy Club just hack it out there. Knocked forward there was by Callan German. No one able to pick it up there. Almost picked up by Kingsway, but Ashman trying to get the ball out. That was Shan actually. Goes and chips it inside 50. Harrison McBride, one of those players there, just snaps it around his body. Doesn't really sit and just out of bounds to that far side.
Yeah, getting pretty dark here to see that out of side, isn't it? These late starts this time of year gets a little bit dark in the last quarter.
So contingent stuff for commentators and players alike, and I can see some of the crowd starting to rug up now as well. They probably know this game is almost done and dusted, but Kingsway still trying to get some more score on the board at the moment, and Scarborough will be looking to try and increase their percentage as Fraser has the ball and just chips it back inboard. As Kingsway do, they just use the ball very well through defence and try to switch it nice and low there as they play on nice and quickly, and this time try and go up the middle of the ground. This is where Furmark does his best work, tries to body up this time, but smarter play there by Luke Childs. Might have given away a free kick. Yes, he has.
Yeah, they go to Furmark at every opportunity, that outlet kick, don't they? Out wide on the wing, he's always out there presenting. So
Furmark just goes to centre the ball there, and almost a good mark. Yes, it's paid this time by Scotty Muse. And he'll end up getting the ball probably 75 metres out. Just flicks it off there. Goes to Eccles. Eccles spoiled off the boot. Smothered, I should say. Goes and flicks it inside. Well done by Scarborough Footy Club. Just trying to bring it out there. This time hits the player in Harrison McBride. So Breyer goes there. Well done. Good pressure there. Umpire says, let's just let it play. Goes back to Eccles. Eccles just goes and chips it out to the far side there. And good work there by Gary Sarti. So Sardi, once again, another left footer, just chips it in there. Probably could have attacked that one a bit more, could have Ricketts, but still fumbles the ball and goes inside 50 there. Scarborough just trying to bring it out there, this time through Scotty Tyres. Tyres had a bit of the ball in this quarter, sits for the captain in Shan. Shan just a quick handball out. Oh, ducking tackle there, gang tackled by 3 Kingsway players. Finds the number 16 for Kingsway Footy Club. And he has kicked it, that player in Scott Muse. First goal for the fourth quarter for Kingsway Footy Club. First for Scotty Muse as they just try and chip away at that lead and put a bit more respectability on the scoreboard. But still all Scarborough out here at Millington Reserve.
Yeah, well done from the Kingsway side there. As we said before, they're still working really hard around the contest and defensively, and got a bit of a reward there, did young Muse. And good to see the scoreboard's continuing to tick over, and they need to make sure they continue to attack and play this game right out. Kingsway, because you never know what's going to happen later in the year when percentage becomes important to you, but more importantly their effort today deserves probably a closer result, Ward, but Scarborough just been far too polished so far.
Look, really pleasing performance by Scarborough Footy Club, and I think the coach in Paul Vines will be happy to walk away with the 4 points today. The umpire brings it back to the middle of the ground. Still plenty to go left in this contest. Ryan Brooks goes to bring it out, but tackled straight away. Flicks the ball forward there. Scarborough bringing the ball out of there. Ashman flicked across to the play in Westcombe. Westcombe just kicks it forward, finds Morgan. This time it goes to Toomey. Toomey doing some of his best work. Kicks inside 50. Could have been a free kick. No, says the umpire. Kingsway players just on the ball there. One of those was Eccles. And the ball goes out of bounds just on that very, very far side there for the Scarborough Footy Club.
About halfway through this last quarter. Scarborough holding a 42-point lead down here at Millington Reserve. Maybe looking to pile on the pain in the last 10 minutes of this quarter, and obviously Kingsway looking to hold up and see if they can kick a couple themselves as Moore and Bomber go up against. Big Bomber got the front spot, knocked it down. Bradley, it is on the loose ball on the far side, just shrugs off his opponent. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have another boundary throw in. Oh no, I think the umpire's played deliberate against Bradley. Yeah, he has, and Kingsway will kick the ball back in over there. It's Keenan Hooper. Hooper switches again, comes across the face. Chopper Reed again, coming out far side to the left footer, Halligan. Been a bit quiet, Halligan. Called his name a little bit early and said we'd love to see the ball in his hands more today, but not to be. But scrubs a little bit more up to the wing there. Another whistle blows, umpire said, it's a holding. And it's going to go to Scarborough. Come inside again to the President Ashman in the middle of the field. Joel Ashman, the left footer, swings along up towards half forward. Really strong mark. Is that Bradley down there? It is. He goes to the goal square. He's got Worthington down. He goes early again. No, it was Toomey. Wade Toomey winding back the clock. Tried to use Chopper Reed as a bit of an armchair to get up there. Unfortunately, infringed Ward. And umpire said, I'll pay a free kick down there.
Geez, I reckon he was about 0.2 of a second too early. Otherwise, he could have taken an absolute belter there. But it even ended up going through for a goal. But the umpire's obviously paid the free kick, and that's gone to Ben Chopper Reed, who's kicked it all of about 80 metres. Sits absolutely beautifully for the Kingsway players, and they are absolutely out here. Let's see what they can do. Kicks inside 50. How does it sit for O'Connor? Just goes over the top there. Was he infringed on? No, says the umpire. Jackson in there. Harrison caught using his body, but picked up by Luke Spencer. And Spencer just relieves the pressure on that far side. Well done by Scarborough Footy Club. Kicks in board and finds Drew Kent. Good last quarter by Drew Kent so far. Brings the ball inside and finds Brad Westcombe. No one going through that. Oh, good contact there by Wade Moore. And look, that might be a bit high, unfortunately, on Joel Ashman. He's ended up copping a couple today, is Ashman. Yeah,
another one who would be used to those high tackles. And you see behind the play, Liam O'Connor a bit sore from that marking contest. Looks like he's going to come off the ground. The big bash cricketer, Liam O'Connor, is going to hobble on off here, and hopefully he's okay.
So Scarborough just going to bring the inside 50 there. Whitfield drops it, but able to pick it up. Eccles bends down to try and get it and goes through traffic there, but he's turned it over. And Scarborough Footy Club there, and the big fella in Blake Epsworth. They celebrated his first, and they celebrate his second and third goal on the board for Scarborough Footy Club on this fourth quarter. And they extend that lead out once again. We've got about 15 minutes now in this last quarter.
Yeah, very popular player up here in the Scarborough Bar, Big Ebsworth, and second goal. He's worked really hard today. Doesn't look to have anything really special about him, but he looks to crack in, present Ward, and big, strong body, and that's what you need at this level of footy, and they don't get any shorter as the game gets longer, the old saying says. And Big Ebsworth looks at the score sheet. He's got 2 goals there, and he's done his job today.
Yeah, I think
he'll be all getting a bit excited up here in the bars, the Scarborough side of a big win. Look at the darts at the moment, getting a bit excited. Blake was almost at the old darts there, giving it this one, but up we go in the middle.
And the umpire throws it up there in the middle of the ground. Kingsway able to bring this ball out, looking to kick inside 50. Accidental smother there by the Scarborough player there. A good tackle there as Bomber lets the ball spit out there. Wade Moore in there, and Kingsway able to bring that ball out. That player there was Chad Barnes, but Scarborough now just trying to pick the ball out. Pressure's still good for the contest that, look, is probably done now as the umpire circles around. No free kick there, and the umpire will come and grab it again.
Yeah, you see that ruck contest, Ward. You think Big Bomber's just got on top today? I know Moore's he's been workmanlike, but Bomber's probably got on top, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he's probably just had it there as he goes and taps the ball over the top there, and look, gang tackle there from both sides. Once again, 8 minutes left to go in this contest now. Scarborough leading at 14 goals, 387. Kingsway Footy Club 6-3-39, and look, I have to admit I'm probably surprised by the accuracy of the goal kicking today in what's been really tricky conditions.
Yeah, good pick up, Ward.
As the ball comes inside 50, stands for Furmark onto his left foot. Great tackle there by the player in Lukey Childs, and geez, well done that was just good football there. Furmark able to scoop it up onto his left boot, and sensational tackle by Luke Childs. As the umpire throws the ball up again, Bomber able to bring that one down there. Furmark just trying to go through the contest, barrelling through. Off the ground there this time by Matty Jackson. Doesn't quite go through. Furmark just trying to push forward. And the ball will trickle out of bounds there. 7.5 minutes left to go in this contest. Scarborough game all in their control.
Yeah, giving a bit of thought to who's going to be the dartfish player of the day today. Obviously, it's going to come from the Scarborough Football Club. It's been a pretty even contribution, you think, across the board, Ward.
Yeah, look,
a tough one for us.
I know. Look, who would be your contenders so far, do you think, mate?
I think Liam Mobiliad's been really busy across the 4 quarters. The likes of Big Bombers probably got on top as the games got on, and then, busy players such as Ashman again, a real accumulator, but have been taken by young Tommy Irwin today. 3 goals early, but just the way that he's worked and put his head over the ball and got to contest, Ward. I think he's got his nose in front at the moment for mine, the little fella.
All right, well, look, still 6.5 minutes left to go in this contest. Lots of contenders for Scarborough Footy Club. Let's see where we land as one of those players in Bomber brings it out, and high tackle there by... That could have been reversed almost, but geez,
It's Nick Comer again, just getting under the nose for the opposition. He loves doing that, Nick, and went for a bit of a dive as well. I love watching Nick Comer play because he puts it all out there.
As Eccles goes to snap around the body there, but picked off by that pay and Rebelliard. Finds a captain in Shan. So Shan just goes out to that far side, will land in the lap of Harrison Court. Court just takes his time, goes a big long kick up the line there to the leading player of Epsworth. Doesn't quite make it and lands in the arms of Mitchie Brooks. So Brooks just goes inside, finds Schreiber Wood for Kingsway. Kingsway just trying to go a slow build-up. Not a great kick. Lands in Ricketts' arms. Goes to Halligan. Goes through one player. Strange kick around the body, but lands in the arms of Rowan Brooks. So Rowan Brooks right on the bullseye now in the middle of the ground. Doesn't have much to go to, actually. It just goes out and finds the big keen defender in Whitfield. So Whitfield chips over the top. Almost landing out of bounds, but lands in the hands of James Eccles.
5 minutes to go down here at Millington Reserve. It's cold and dark and going to be a big win for the Scarborough Footy Club, but well chopped off by Halligan. The left footer, classy player he is, comes inside. Another little hit up there to Ricketts. Kingsway midfielder wants to go inside 50, goes long and direct. Everyone presents. Fuima comes out, gives a contest, tapped away by the Scarborough defence. Good cracking in there by young Fraser it was. Everyone's still piling in and umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up 45 metres out. The Kingsway goal. Kingsway small players still cracking in. Can't fault their endeavour, Ward. It's been there all day.
No, they're good when they bring the ball inside 50. Their tackle pressure is actually very, very good, but just haven't been able to get the score on the board as Shawnee Bradley goes and kicks it up that far side of the ground, and good body work there by Worthington, who takes the contested mark. So Scotty Worthington just waiting for the play to unfold in front of him and just chips it over the cross there. Look, not a great kick, but picked up there by the Scarborough player. Chips across there, and another mark just taken out on that far side. Probably 60 metres around now from the Scarborough goal. Be looking for a good inside 50 now and see if they can land another one on the board. Goes inside 50, not a great kick. Irwin, one of those players that's been red hot today, able to grow and handball there. Inside 50, here we go. McBriar. And that's another goal on the board for Scarborough. And Harrison McBriar gets his second. And Scarborough once again extend that lead out with 3.5 minutes left to go now. They lead this game 15 goals, 393. Kingsway Footy Club 6 goals, 339. And we're starting to creep up to that 10-goal win now, Mark.
Yeah, starting to get a bit messy, and Scarborough just flexing their muscle. And I think they can play a part in the rest of this year, Ward, as they start getting some of their better and more experienced players together and on the field. Still got the likes of, I think, Braden Antonio and Mitch McPhee that come back into this lineup, and no doubt there's a couple more as well. But you start talking about the calibre of those players coming into this side, and you know, Scarborough Footy Club could be dangerous in the back end of this Perth Footy League season.
Yeah, look, they still find themselves right in the mark. They started this game, obviously, in 5th place, and this win will end up, you know, keeping them right in touch with the teams like CBC and TAs. You know, Curtin Uni and North Beach definitely been the two standouts so far.
Absolutely, they have, and they're the teams to beat. But as we saw last year, you've only got to turn up on the day, be the best side on the day, and you win the flag, Ward.
You do indeed, as Worthington has it, and around the body.
Scotty.
And Scotty's done very well there. 16th goal on the board for Scarborough Footy Club. They hit 16 goals, 399 now, and it is in that 10-goal region. Kingsway Footy Club 6-3-39. And look, we've got about, you know, just over 2 minutes left to go in this contest now. And look, as we start to look at some of the other results that have started to come in from the slightly early games, North Beach having a convincing win, 13 goals, 8-86. Have defeated North Fremantle 4 goals for 28. And look, as we also probably would have called a bit earlier today, Curtin Uni, they've won 9 goals, 8-62 against West Coast 4 goals, 3-27. So look, probably 2 results we thought would go that way.
Curtin machine just rolls on, and North Beach, yeah, really important. I'm really keen to see the result of CBC University game today, and just as that ladder starts to shape up a little bit, Ward, see what that looks like. But Worthington on the lead. The president said, get on the lead, I'll put it on your chest, Scotty. And Scotty Worthington says, I'm going to cash in junk time down here at Millington Reserve. Big Jukes went out and said, yep, I'll take that. And Scott Worthington kicked the last one on his left foot, snap around the corner, and let's see if the big fella from Boulder Footy Club originally, the Mighty Tigers out there in Kalgoorlie, can go back and slot this one and finish his day off, Ward.
So looking to crack the 100-point marker, the Scarborough Footy Club now as Mark Winnett gets ready to roll out and pick the Dartfish Player of the Day. Worthington on the runway. And he has snuck that one through. 3 goals now for Scotty Worthington. They finished strong, have Scarborough Footy Club 6 in this last quarter, 10 in the second half. And they've blown the game absolutely apart now as we tick down. Probably only about 45 seconds left to go in this contest. Look, they'll win this game at least 17-3, 105. Kingsway Footy Club 6 goals, 3-39. And it's been an absolute clinic in this second half by Scarborough Footy Club now. I know Mark Winnett, as he strolls out now to try and pick the Dartfish Player of the Day. I think it's going to be a pretty tough one for him now. I think he was leaning towards a couple of players, but look, there's been a good finish to the game now as the umpire throws it up again now, and we start to tick down towards the end of the game. Good pick up there by Mitchie Brooks. Finds Eccles there. The umpire has frowned a free kick. And that is all she wrote out here at Millington Reserve. Scarborough Footy Club convincing winners in the end. They've won this one 17-3, 105. Kingsway Footy Club 6 goals, 3-39. We'll start to go through the goal scorers as Mark Winnett makes his way onto the field at the moment. Goal scorers so far, multiples. Tom Irwin kicks 3. Scotty Worthington's also kicked 3. Single goal scorers, Harrison Breyer and Blake Ebsworth. And single goal scorers, Liam Rebillard, Brodie Morgan, Wade Toomey, Nick Comer, Harrison Courts, Zach Morgan, and Shawnee Bradley. Goal scorers for the Kingsway Footy Club, just the one multiple goal scorer in Matty Jackson, Brooks, Scott Muse, Jared Cook, and Braden Furmark, the other goal scorer for Kingsway Footy Club. But as Mark Winnett sits there and rolls out now with our Player of the Day, we've got Mark Winnett, and we'll cross to him now.
Yeah, just down here with the Dartfish Player of the Day, Tom Irwin. 3 goals back in the seniors today, Tommy. Well played.
Yeah, cheers. Just real good team effort from the boys, and nice to get on the winners list here.
Well, you put your head over the ball today. Some really strong contests. Is that the way you like to play?
Yeah, obviously being a bit shorter. Love the high tackles and a few snags on the board, which is nice as well.
Well done, Tom, and good luck for the rest of the season, mate. Well played.
So well done there by Tommy Irwin. Ended up winning the Dartfish Player of the Day. Started the game really, really well and was one of the players that was instrumental in helping Scarborough get that lead nice and early today. And I have to admit, I did like that he admits that he doesn't mind the odd high tackle here and there. And he was able to pull a couple of those today and look, ended up with 3 goals on the board. But look, a really complete performance by Scarborough Footy Club here. They'll be absolutely wrapped with that big win they've had here today. 66 points in the end. Look, we won't hang around for much longer now. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast today there. Game next week, we'll be out to see Curtin Uni versus Fremantle CBC and what should be an absolute belting contest out there at South Oval. Thank you for tuning in again. Stay safe. Make sure you stay out of the cold at least. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon back at the footy.